chase for the AL West title. The Blitz starts right now.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Happy Tuesday, everybody.
You know, it is a Tuesday, although I saw Rob Thompson this morning who kept calling it Wednesday.
He did.
He did. Now, granted, it's Rob. It was the end of his show, so in his mind, Tuesday was in the books. He was on the Wednesday, but in the spirit of Wednesday, we got a little bit of fan mail today.
Man, I am
and
so
Joe is excited about the fan mail.
If you're watching on YouTube, you can see this. If not, I'll do my best to describe it. It's a red shirt, cardinal red, according to the person that sent it.
Uh-huh.
And it has Hump Day with a camel on the front.
Hump Day?
Yeah. We just make it a Hump Day Tuesday.
Well, but it's Tuesday, not Hump Day.
And then on the back of the shirt, there is a white belt.
Uh-huh.
So they can talk about my white belt behind my back.
Yeah.
Is the idea.
Steve Soto sent us this. This is a fancy signature line if you're watching on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
I think this is the proper way. X and IG at Steve Soto. So apparently that's the way you're supposed to do it now. Says, hey guys, first off, I want to thank you for all the laughs. Joe, enjoy your Hump Day shirt in your beloved Cardinals red. Now they can talk about your white belt behind your back and not to your face. Which is great. And he sent me a koozie with my name on it, spelled correctly, which I appreciate. And apparently this guy used to be in the radio business because it says back in the 90s when you were doing overnights at KZEP. Remember old KZEP 104 days?
I do, yes.
All the overnight jocks used to call each other all the time, although I don't really remember Steve as somebody, but apparently there was somebody over at KISS that her name was Mary that worked overnights, and I don't know. But like Kevin Brock, who went on, was longtime Spurs PA announcer, is now working in our building. You know, that's how Kevin and I got to know each other is, you know, we were all working overnights, and at 3 o'clock in the morning, all the overnight DJs used to call each other to keep each other awake and then also listen in on all the drunk, stupid calls that would go into a radio station in the middle of the night.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what happened. I had a little stint at KISS Radio overnight, short stint, but it was hilarious. With all the drunks calling up, wanting you to play a song. And
well, that's it.
It was hilarious.
That's what it is. Well, Steve's mom is retired now, and it says they got her one of those vinyl cutter things, so they make these for fun and custom stuff. Hope you enjoy them. Thanks, Steve.
Well, Steve, I really appreciate it. So thank you for that. I'm looking up Steve on Instagram
and X,
but it's the account is private apparently.
Well, of course.
But it says the official Steve Soto IG. So I'll hit a little follow right there, and it's requested. You know, he'll
exactly
see what happens. But Steve, thank you very much.
That you would.
Then and Hump Day, that's two of my favorite things in the whole world. The camel and a white belt.
Well, and again, I guess today could be a Hump Day. You know, for a lot of you, your wives or you were at Pink last night at the big concert. I mean, you know, Joe's wearing a pink shirt today, I think, in honor of last night's performance.
I don't think that was planned, but I guess it worked out.
It worked out well.
You know, dude, I go in the closet and grab a shirt. It's like, you know, I got black shorts on. I can wear anything. So it doesn't matter.
So you put your shorts on first and then match the shirt?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I kind of go the other way. I just grab a shirt and then figure out what shorts go with it.
But you still don't match.
What do you mean?
Dude, you never match.
What do you mean I don't match?
Fashion and Jason Minix don't go together.
A black shirt and kind of grayish shorts.
Kind of grayish.
Well, they're not really white. They're not really gray. They're kind of gray.
All right.
I think it works. Now I reached into the closet today and actually grabbed a T-shirt because I'm going to Guns N' Roses tonight.
Woo!
And then I've got 2 meetings today, so golf shirt it is. but a black golf shirt as opposed to a blue golf shirt.
That is, I will say, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see that. It's a great looking shirt. The UTSA Roadrunner shirt says 210.
Yeah.
It's a nice shirt. It really is.
Thank you. And I wish I could say that I planned that, but I just grabbed, all right, I need a black polo and grabbed one. This is how it is.
It's what you do. I mean, that's, I don't really plan out my wardrobe. And what's cool, and I kind of used to do that, but what's cool about it, radio, nobody gives a damn.
Except for all the videos that they make us record now.
Well, and nobody there gives a damn either what we're wearing, do they?
That's not true.
You think?
I mean, yeah, you're right. Nobody watching on YouTube, but all the videos that we make for the social media stuff, I think you've got to start stepping up your game. I mean, I can't say that I give a damn and you don't give a damn. Rudy the other day didn't want to record videos for Ryan because of what he was wearing.
Wow. What the hell was he wearing?
I don't know. Well, I mean, this is just a random t-shirt, probably. I mean, poor Rudy gets up at 4:00 in the morning. Do you think he gives a damn what he's wearing to work?
I certainly would not.
No.
But, when I filled in for Rudy a couple of weeks ago, I come in there and I have a hat on. Everybody's making fun of my hat. Like the hat was bad.
Well, wasn't it? The hat was bad, but your hair is so Joe Reinagle that when your hair is not on display, it doesn't feel like the real Joe Reinagle.
I guess not. Everybody making fun of my hat. I do wear hats occasionally.
Well, and again, like on Saturday, I wore a hat to our deal last week with Ed Too Tall Jones. Partly because it was Saturday morning. And why not? We were going to be outside in the heat for 3 hours, right? So I wear a hat, and people were like, "Why are you wearing a hat?" Like, dude, my hair is not Joe's hair.
I didn't wear a hat. I actually got up early, took a shower.
Well, I showered.
Yeah, because the people,
I don't leave the house without a shower.
Dude, I can't take a shower and not wash the dew.
Well, yeah,
I mean, you got to do that.
Yeah,
right?
I'm. Well, the problem that I have, like, there are people that can wake up, comb their hair, and go.
I can't do that.
I can't. My hair my hair is naturally curly.
Really?
It really is. it's I'm trying to think of the appropriate terminology to use here. But if I let my hair grow too long, the Jewish curls are very evident. And yes, I am Jewish, right?
Are they tight curls?
Well, it depends on how long you let your hair go. So like in the 80s, especially in the mid 80s, when I had hair down past my shoulders and everybody had that Bon Jovi curly hair look, mine was natural and free. And a lot of, especially girls, were mad that was just my natural hair. But now that my hair is short, when it gets too long, it just curls on the ends and it looks ridiculous. So when you wake up in the morning, it's very curly and you just can't brush it out. It doesn't work that way.
I can speak for everybody listening except for Joanna, your wife. We're all happy we don't see that when we first wake up in the morning.
And you're right. Although when we've traveled together, there's times where you walk downstairs in the beach house to the kitchen, like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
But you're that way too. I mean,
I don't know.
I mean,
look good.
Nobody's hair. I mean, Rob's hair goes 87 different ways.
We don't ever see those guys on the road, so
no,
they're always
not
gone.
anymore. But there was a time when Rob and I were doing a show together, and you would. Now, we wake up in the morning and they're already home from work and taking a nap.
Well, yeah, exactly right. All I can say is thank you, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
And Pledge, that's got to have one, doesn't it? Come on, for the shirt. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Thank you, Steve. That's awesome. Wear that proudly.
You good?
Yeah.
All right.
It feels Christmas Day. Come in, a little gift for you.
I mean, September. We're close to Christmas.
We're damn near out of September.
I mean,
though.
September 26th. So September, October, November, 3 months away to Christmas. Wow. That gives you a little perspective.
It does, man. I'm telling you, time just flies the older you get. With that calendar, you make another trip around the sun, it's like, bam, it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Is Christmas on a Wednesday this year?
It's not. It's on a Monday.
On a Monday?
On a Monday. Christmas is on Monday.
Oh.
Which is really too bad, especially if you get the holidays off. You kind of want Christmas to be like on a Monday, Tuesday, or
it is literally on a Monday. You just said that.
But together, because Christmas Eve is on a Sunday. So you're off anyway. You see what I mean? Well, you don't get 2 days off. You only get the one.
Well, how does our corporate work? I mean, will we be off Tuesday, or are we supposed to come back to work on Tuesday?
I have no idea. I'm hoping we have a bunch of college bowl games that week, and won't have to be here at all.
I'd like to say, isn't that what 1250 is for now?
But no, I don't think so. I think the people want to hear it on 94.1.
They do. And man, it sounds good on 94.1. Listening to that Monday night game last night on 94.1 with Kevin Kugler.
Yeah,
Cowboys here. Good. Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies.
Absolutely.
And the great part about bowl week is, especially for us an afternoon drive, sucks for those boys in the morning.
Yeah, they still have to work.
We get preempted for all these bowl games. It's free vacation day.
I listened to Andrew on Saturday just because I wanted to hear him say, "Howdy, Ags." And he said it.
He said it.
He says it a number of times.
You actually act like you're surprised.
Well, I am, because I mean, it's like that just went right over my head the whole time.
A lot of things do.
Howdy, Ags. I'm like,
howdy.
Yeah. So I've got a new perspective on Aggie football. Howdy, Ags.
Howdy.
But Andrew's
hold on.
Andrew's an upbeat guy. Howdy, Ags. He's like, and that was early. It's like, howdy, Ags.
He's 4 cups of coffee in, or you get Jimbo.
Howdy.
Not so upbeat.
Jimbo's doing it because he knows he'll get roasted if he doesn't.
Well, that's part of the contract.
Howdy.
Howdy.
I'm just curious what the perspective is that's new. Just because now that you know the word howdy.
I feel like I've got a toe into the cult.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Just a little toe in there. Now that I know one of the code words, howdy.
Howdy.
So I feel like,
and that's like one of the code words they want everybody to know. It's not like a Fight Club rule code word.
I didn't know, so now I know. I feel like I'm kind of in a little, just a little.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, I guess. Well, they get you by going to that school. So I didn't do that. But I feel like
it looks like you got your hair cut today. Was that a part of the process too?
It could be.
Did they open anything up inside that brain and rework any other wires?
I lost 10 pounds today.
Dude, if you didn't say you got a haircut today, nobody would have noticed you got a haircut today. James Pledger shaved.
He did.
You look at James and go, what the hell's different about you? What's wrong with you? Oh, you shaved, right? It's noticeable. Yours, not.
Pledge looks like he went back in the time machine about 10 years.
Well, only 10?
Well, yeah.
I mean, some bitch is going to start getting carded now at the bar.
I doubt it. Everybody knows him. He's there too much.
Well, just don't go to a new bar. The Cowboys still recovering from that loss to Arizona.
Yeah, and the fans too.
Yeah, but Micah Parsons says, boys, nothing to worry about here. Nothing to worry about here. We'll explain coming up next here on The Blitz. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. If you need T-shirts screen printed, go see Sam. If you need caps done, Sam has over 12,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, including the popular Richardson 112 style trucker caps. If you need uniforms done, Sam has over 700 uniform lines to choose from. Nobody has better prices. Sam has all the big name brands, and he's the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too big, certainly no order too small. Call 210-824-3900. 824-3900, or better yet, go by that massive showroom on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Sunday, it's the Cowboys and Patriots at 2:30 p.m.
Micah Parsons is on the ball.
And he's still alive.
He's still running. He's still moving with the ball to the 10, to the 5, to the goal line.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunkla, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Football season means grilling season, and Five Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks is your one stop for all your tailgating and home gating needs. With one of the best grilling sections, Five Oaks Ace Hardware has a huge selection of Traeger, Weber, Big Green Egg, and Blackstone, plus all your grill accessory needs with over 300 spices and rubs, over 20 brands of charcoal, wood chips, pellets, and everything you need for tailgating or home gating. Five Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks near Jones Maltzberger.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
It's football season and the Roo Pub is kicking off their 10-year anniversary party. Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch a game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. College football, pro football, the games are on at the Roo. Aggie fans, every game will be on with sound. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Celebrating 10 years, the Roo Pub next to the Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters has a smoking hot deal. Purchase any Mother's Window Tint, car stereo, remote start, or car alarm and get a 1-month free membership to the CFL Smoke Shop's private Amsterdam Club, located next to Mother's on 281 North. Make your car go thump, 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 mother thump with one of our subwoofers, stereos, backup cameras, name brands, and expert installation. Remember, do it at Mother's and save!
Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Big games, big concerts, big events. Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Any city, any event. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, and events from San Antonio to Las Vegas. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Imagine getting an impressive cash offer on your home and then selling it for more. Yeah, that happens all the time with Orchard. Getting paid more than you thought is Orchard's goal, even in this market. It's simple. Orchard sells homes faster and for more money, with the majority of homes selling in under 30 days. That's right, under 30 days. And Orchard handles everything, including paint, repair, list, and showing your home. And they'll make your listing stand out with price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost to you. And here's my favorite part. You just relax as Orchard and their expert agents do all the work, bringing buyers to you by prepping and promoting your home. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Let Orchard help maximize your sale price. Look, with so many companies trying to lowball you, Orchard works hard to get you top dollar. Want to sell your home for more? I sure would. Learn how to maximize your sale price and get a free valuation at orchard.com. That's orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. menshealth.com.
Check out the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
If you're San Antonio, there are benefits that come along with it. I will cut you the front of the line. We're going to hike the return.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe, I'm Jason. We got 3 teams left. 4. I don't know. Go to sasportstar.com. If you can still register for our golf tournament, we still have room. It's that simple. We are that close to being sold out. We're playing golf on Monday. It's going to be a fantastic day of golf out there at Olympia Hills, brought to you by the Lofts of Jesse Hernandez. Flight by Yingling Twin Peaks, renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes. And, of course, we're going to have a big after party out at Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar, the one on Thousand Oaks, on Thursday. Not tomorrow, but the day after. We're going to be at Slacker's North Star location for our Golden Tee tournament. And you can win a spot, a foursome, in our golf tournament. And at the end of, what are we doing? A Golden Tee tournament between you and Pledge?
Yep. We're going to have a little challenge because, Pledge he's a loudmouth sometimes. And sometimes, you have to quiet people up. And he thinks he can beat me at Golden Tee. So we're going to find out on Thursday at Slackers.
Speaking of guys that need to quiet up.
Uh-huh.
Is that the way you phrase that?
Quiet up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is an incredible athlete. Micah Parsons has an incredible personality.
Uh-huh.
But Micah Parsons sometimes can be honest to a fault. After the game, heat of the emotion, in the locker room, he said that the Cowboys played down to their competition. While it might be true, as a professional athlete, you just don't do that.
Very disrespectful.
You completely disrespected the Cardinals and the fact that they kicked your ass. So on his podcast last night, The Edge, Micah doubled down on it.
Cowboy Nation, do not panic. Yes, it was a rough one. Yes, there's lots of regrets, things that a bunch of guys wish they could take back. But can we say every day climbing the mountain is going to be sunshine and rainbows? No, we got hit by the storm. Some of our biggest takeaways of this game was the simple fact of, we just didn't execute on both sides of the ball. You can't even say it was the offense. You can't even say it's defense. Giving up 28 points is just unacceptable. Regardless of what Dak done, the standard we've been playing, how we've been playing, just wasn't acceptable this week. And I take ownership in that. It hurts because when you go out there and you practice something and you consistently do it and you're not executing to the way, we were just beating ourselves. I don't necessarily think the Cardinals were a better team at this at all. I think we have more talent, more skill, things like that. But I just think we beat ourselves.
I mean, all of those things are true, I think. The Cowboys have more talent. They're a better team. Just not sure you want to go out and say that all the time.
You lost to Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs got his first victory in the National Football League against you. And even trolled Micah last night, which I thought was
hilarious.
Yes, and earned. At some point, you have to give the Cardinals credit for kicking your ass.
At some point,
you might have played down, but on that Sunday, they were the better team.
They were.
In every facet of the game. Now, I kind of got hung up on that because, dude, I get it. You probably did play down to your competition. But they still kicked your butt. At some point, you got to respect your opponent. The league is all about respect. Players on that team, they're pros. They got paid too. They showed up. They were scrappy.
I want you to explain something to me that you just said. They probably did play down to their competition. What exactly does that mean? Are you saying that the Cowboys just weren't prepared to play? The Cowboys thought they could waltz in and the Cardinals would lay down?
All of it. Yeah.
But to me, that's not playing down to the competition. To me, that's just being arrogant a-holes.
However you want to couch it.
I'm just saying.
I mean, the end result is the Cowboys lost. Are they a better team than that? I think when you look at the power rankings, they went from, depending on who you were looking at, say the Athletic, they were number 1. Now they're number 6.
Mm-hmm.
They're at number 6 now in Yahoo and all those. So I think most of those that judge probably the Cowboys aren't as bad as they played on Sunday. They didn't play their best football. Why is that? I think all of the above is there. But at some point, Micah, respect your opponent that beat you. The other part of that, what do you think he meant by Dak? Despite, that was kind of an interesting little slip of the tongue there from Micah Parsons.
I think it's meant to say that he threw a stupid interception in the end zone when they still had an opportunity, even as bad as they played. They had an opportunity to pull that game out. I told you yesterday, and I will say this, I'm sitting in my house on Sunday watching this football game thinking the Cowboys are going to pull this out.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to pull this game out. They're going to end up winning this game, and they're going to be 3-0. Obviously, they didn't, but I never thought that they were going to lose the game. As bad as they played, they stayed around. They had an opportunity, and a couple of things. I think I'm usually like aggressive coaches, but they didn't take the 3 points when I think they should have there. That would have closed the gap, I think, to 4 or 5, and then Dak's interception in the end zone. But I thought, until late, that they had an opportunity.
They did, and the interception ended all opportunities, right? You could. There was no energy. The pursuit, all the things that you generally see from the Dallas Cowboys, especially on the defensive side, but even the offensive side, seemed to lack the energy, the separation. Dan Quinn after the game, how did he describe it? It's like 5 fingers across the face.
Saw a lot yesterday that upset me and hurt as well. But I think one of the things that probably felt like 5 fingers across the face was, man, you guys didn't look like your defense, what you guys have been playing. And the reason it probably hit me was because I felt that was right, and didn't play, to the standards that we've seen and what our excellent looks like. I think we've seen that over the last couple of weeks. So when it doesn't happen, you certainly, feel about it. But I do know this about our guys. And I really know them well. And this is a Warrior crew and what they're about. And I certainly know that we'll grow from this. And I'm looking forward to seeing that too.
Well, we'll see. I don't know what Dan Quinn's supposed to say, right?
We suck.
We suck, and we're only going to get worse as we move forward. You might as well just stick your head in the sand, Cowboy fans, and start thinking about next year. He's got to say that. He's got, and we'll see. They got the New England Patriots. It's not a team that is scary necessarily, although I don't know.
It's Bill Belichick.
It is.
It's Bill Belichick, and Bill Belichick has 2 guys in his locker room right now that have the playbook of the Dallas Cowboys, and Will Grier and Zeke Elliott. Brian Schottenheimer, the Cowboys non-play calling offensive coordinator, had an interesting way to phrase what having Will and Zeke on the other side, how that could impact their game planning for this week. We'll dive into that and more coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's R&R in the morning.
Wednesday on R&R in the morning, it is Wemby Wednesday. We're a week away from training camp, and we cannot wait. And who's the best undefeated football team in college? I think it's all up for grabs.
Doc Garrett stops by for the injury update, and Zeke comes back to Dallas. Is he going to eat? We'll talk about it. The party starts at 6.
It's your wake-up call. R&R in the morning, 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Ever find yourself in a department store with a question, but you can't find anyone who actually works there, so you just wander? That's what it feels like when you call most banks. But at Frost, we have live customer service 24/7, so you can speak to a real human right when you call, every time you call. No phone tree, no bots, just help from a real human when you need it. It's about being there for you. It's about more than money. Frost Bank.
Experience first-class service at Mercedes-Benz of San Antonio. Shop incredible offers on a large inventory of new and slightly pre-owned Mercedes-Benz, like newly stocked certified 2023 C300 sedans at only $49,991. Plus, see our available low interest rates at mbofsa.com. That's newly stocked certified 2023 C300s for just $49,991. Experience the Mercedes-Benz of San Antonio difference today on San Pedro Avenue. For complete offer details, visit mbofsa.com.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
O'Reilly Auto Parts' new Brake Best Select Pro brand raises the bar for the best aftermarket domestic brake pads and rotors available. For vehicle-specific friction formulations, Quiet-Tech noise-canceling shims, and stainless steel hardware, choose Brake Best Select Pro. Professional-grade brakes from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
After a big dinner, my nighttime heartburn would keep me up. I'd be taking antacid after antacid all night long. But then I tried Prilosec OTC. Just one pill a day blocks my frequent heartburn for a full 24 hours, giving me one-and-done heartburn relief. Without heartburn keeping me up, I could have a restful night's sleep.
Prilosec OTC. One pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
Attention taxpayers, ready for some bad news? With $80 billion in new funding from Congress, the IRS has launched their most aggressive hiring campaign ever to ramp up enforcement. If you're ignoring your taxes, don't delay another minute because your paycheck, your bank account, even your home or business could already be at risk. Now, here's the good news. Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm, can get to work immediately helping to protect you from the IRS. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their tax attorneys and licensed professionals are experts at resolving tax problems. Let them help determine if you qualify for the Fresh Start Initiative or other powerful IRS tax assistance programs. Take control. Call Optima Tax Relief now for a free consultation.
Call 800-970-3199. That's 800-970-3199. 800-970-3199.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
It's the Mike McCarthy Show. Every Friday morning at 6:45 and 9 with R&R in the morning.
Do you like a certain amount of chaos?
Conflict is good.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess I do. I like healthy chaos. I don't like the BS.
A look at the Cowboys' upcoming game presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Ryan Eagle. I'm Jason Minix. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we're going to be live out at Texas Cheer Liquor, number 9 on Calabria Commons. Free samples, great specials, and more. 2 to 6 tomorrow out at Texas Cheer. 1604 in Calabria there in the Calabria Commons Shopping Center. Always a great time out at Texas Cheer. Always a great time watching football inside the Freeman Coliseum with the San Antonio Gunslingers. They have a new head coach, Tom Manas, and they're in a new league. Coach Manas joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Coach, you show up, you get a new job, and you just change the whole league for everybody, huh? Coach Manas?
Sorry about that, guys.
Oh.
Yeah, don't let me alone for too long. I'll change things, I guess.
You look at coming in, the Gunslingers have been around a couple of years playing there at Freeman Coliseum. You've been around indoor football forever. You played
for the original Gunslingers back in the 80s. Talk about coming home and why the move to the new league.
Well, to be honest with you, my last experience didn't go so well after winning a couple championships in New York. I think that story's pretty much run its course. But one of the things I was looking for was stability by the ownership. One. Two is the community wanting what we would provide. And lastly, an owner that wanted to win now. And I spent the day with Don Rackler when I came in town September 1st. And I think after 20 minutes, we hugged and signed contracts, and that was it. We're very similar in our views on things, our faith. I'm a God family football guy. So is he. And it's rare when you have that opportunity. I will say this emphatically right now. This is the best ownership group I've ever worked for in over 45 years of football.
Wow, that's impressive and a great compliment to that group. I just want to touch on something because it's the 40th anniversary of the original Gunslingers team. Take us back in time a little bit, Coach, and tell us what that was like back in the 80s with the original Gunslingers.
Well, it was actually it was very ironic because I was with the Detroit Lions at the time, and back then the USFL was just getting going, and the idea was that they were going to have a partnership with the NFL of sorts. So if a player got released in the NFL and he cleared waivers, he got assigned to a team. And ironically enough, I was released like on a Tuesday. That's a whole nother story. But I was released on a Tuesday, and I had to report on Thursday down here in San Antonio. So took off in the middle of the night and drove all night to get here and do all that. And everyone was very excited about having the USFL in San Antonio. I lived on the Riverwalk. It was a different kind of, how can I put this gently? Different kinds of issues that you had back then. You were hoping there wasn't a post-it on your check saying "Don't deposit right away," that kind of thing.
Well, we've heard stories.
Yeah, it was. It was different in that sense, but the football was great. Now, ironically enough, this is how the small world works. I come down here, and who's the coach? Tim Markham. So Tim Markham's a coach down here, and Tim Markham, for those of you that followed arena football for years, was, I think, one of the winningest, if not the winningest coach in arena football. And he left San Antonio, and when he left and the league obviously closed, I went and worked part-time for him to get started in coaching. And then sure enough, he introduces me to Mouse Davis, the inventor of the run and shoot. And then Mouse ends up being an arena coach after being a coordinator in the NFL. And then all of a sudden they introduce you to Dune Jones, and all of a sudden you're meeting Spurrier, and next thing you do, you're meeting Jerry Glanville. And that was that circle back then. So they were the guys that got me into coaching and kept me busy and kept me working and learning the game on the indoor and outdoor game. And so I have a very, very soft spot, in my heart for San Antonio, because that's where it all started for me. I probably got more out of my short time in the USFL than I did in my time in the NFL, because the relationships that were built. And it seems like I kind of picked up where I left off with the Rackler family. So it's been great.
And Tom, as we visit with Gunslingers coach Tom Anaz here, you think about arena football, there is some running there, but it is a passing league. My guess is you identify a quarterback pretty well, and then you ride that guy.
Well, let me tell you, I'm going to be announcing Monday the best quarterback in the United States who's going to play for us next year.
Wow.
Well, why do we got to wait till Monday, Coach?
We can't make that announcement now?
Let's do it now.
Well, the reason I can't is because the commissioner came in town and told me to wait till October 1st. Otherwise, I'd tell you.
You got to tell the commissioner who's boss, man. You're on 94.1 right now, man. You can't tease us that way.
Well, I think if anyone follows indoor football, they already know who that is by just what I said. But the thing about it is, I've been blessed with not only always surrounding myself with great coaches, but also great football players. And when you've been doing it as long as I have, kids want to come and play for you. And I've had great success. I think I've won total indoor, outdoor, everything included, about 12 championships. So like in 21 and 22 in New York, we won back-to-back championships. And those kids and a lot of kids that I competed against, as soon as I signed with San Antonio, reached out, hey, we want to come play for you. We want to build a championship organization there. It's what I told Don and James, the owners. I said, winning one isn't that hard. Okay, you can just be lucky and win one. You win two, you're pretty good. You win three, and you're building a dynasty, right? So we were on the cusp of doing that in New York, and I think we probably have a better chance of doing that here than we had in New York. So not only the resources we have, not only the ownership we have, not only the players, the coaches, my coaching staff, 3 out of the 4 assistant coaches have all been head coaches.
Well, I saw Lee Johnson, former San Antonio Talons head coach, who also has coached a lot in the NFL. And I know Lee well from when I was doing radio for the Talons back in the day. I know what you have with Lee Johnson.
Yeah, Lee's great. I'm actually, one of the things that I always do is when I have my offense coordinator, we have James Fuller, who I think is just a friggin' genius when it comes to indoor football offense. And, he's won championships, and he was a head coach last year in Carolina. And I remember when I approached him, he was still during the season last summer. And I said, hey, I'm going to land somewhere. I want to work together. And he goes, well, I want to work with you. And I said, well, I just want to make sure you're good with being an OC. And he goes, I'll be your OC anytime. So getting him was huge. And then he's the one who actually introduced me to Lee. And then I spent time with Lee and I just fell in love with him. I mean, his football knowledge, his great personality. These are all character guys, strong character men. That's the premise of the programs I build. I don't build programs built on good football players. I can get good football players off the couch anywhere in the country right now that are sitting there waiting for a job. What we do is we find the best men, the best character guys. And oh, by the way, they're great football players. But if they're just a great man and can't play football, they probably don't fit in. If they're just a great football player and not a great man, they will never be here. So we vet these kids, and they come in and they're really special.
Well, Tom, I've got to ask you a question. I mean, obviously experience in the NFL with the Gunslingers back in the 80s. How much different is it to coach an Arena Football League team than your experience with, I don't want to say real, but
11-man football.
With 11-man football? That's a good way to put it.
Well, I get asked that. I turned down 2-3 big field jobs in June and July. And I'll tell you what I tell everybody. This is way more fun. Okay. And I've done the big field thing. I've won championships. I've had great times, great associations. But this to me is an intimate way of playing football. It's gladiator football. It's you're in an arena. The wall never loses. It's fast. It's fun. The fans engage. Typically, you have great ownership that's going to be very supportive of you. You're going to have direct contact with fans, sponsors, owners, doesn't matter who, other coaches. All the other coaches in the league, a great number of them reached out to me when I signed just to say welcome, and just it's that kind of community. And to put a lid on this thing once and for all, if you'd have taken my 22 team and you'd had us play the Oakland Raiders in indoor football, we'd have beat them.
I like that. Yeah.
No, it's the truth. But if you'd have put us on the field with them on a big field, they'd have beat us by 100, right? Yeah. But my point is, it's such a different game, right? That people think you can come in and automatically come off the big field and be good at this. I've been blessed with some great receivers that are fearless, that'll run as fast as they can go, have their head turned to catch the ball and run flat into a wall and bounce up and come back. You're not going to find that anymore in a lot of places. And the fact that our linemen went Iron Man and we were having 310-pound guys play offense, defense, and maybe playing 5-6 series before they got a break and running down on kickoffs, you're not going to get that in the NFL either. So that's why I say what I say, is that if you want to compare apples to apples, I'm open to it. I'll play any team in the country in arena football that comes off a big field. Now, you want to convert us to a big field, we're going to get our butts kicked, okay? It's because that's not how our game's designed, right? And we think what we do is pretty special. We think the fans love it. We think that the players enjoy it. It's funny because a lot of these young players think that we're an opportunity league, right? Hey, I have an opportunity to go play in the big field. I have an opportunity. The first thing I say in the first meeting is we are not an opportunity league. The NCAA is an opportunity league. What we are is an option for you to continue to be a professional football player or have a professional football experience. And so with my background, I tell the kids the same thing every year. We may not have an NFL budget, but I'm going to give you an NFL experience. You're going to know what it's like to be a pro football player. And I treat them like that.
Tom Manaz, the head coach of the San Antonio Gunslingers, here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, announcing today they are moving to the IFL, which, if you follow indoor football, the IFL has a lot of teams that you'll recognize from the original Arena Football League, like the Iowa Barnstormers, like the Arizona Rattlers, and a lot of teams in this league. It's a big step up from where the Gunslingers have been playing. Coach, always appreciate the time. Good luck this season. Congrats on the move to the IFL and getting the head coaching job here in San Antonio. It's going to be a lot of fun this spring.
Well, thanks, guys. God bless. And all I can say is guns up.
There you go.
All right.
Tom Manaz, the head coach of the San Antonio Gunslingers, on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com.
Interesting. I mean, it's a lot of fun to watch. There's no doubt. It's an audience-friendly football game.
It really is. Now, I go back to doing games with the Talents, and I think he just described it extremely well. If you go to an arena game expecting 11-man football, it's not the same game. It really isn't. It's football. But as he said, those walls are undefeated, and those athletes are incredible. But the move to the IFL, because the Arena League had its issues and went away, and I don't know if I don't know. I mean, but this is such a step up from where the Gunslingers had been playing. This is big for San Antonio.
That's good. I mean, more football, the better. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Arizona Rattlers, man, they were dominant.
Danny White played for them.
He was the coach.
He was the coach.
He was the coach, and of course the Iowa Barnstormers. Everybody knows Kurt Warner's story. And that's quite an arena that they play in or played in. The Jacksonville Sharks. Remember one year with the Talons, we were playing the Jacksonville Sharks, and Gruden, who ended up being the OC in Washington, was their coach, and John was there, obviously supporting his brother. It's interesting times.
Yeah.
Interesting times too, as you think about the NFL, and something that I've been talking about for a while, and you've poo-pooed this, Joe Reinagle, quite a bit. The idea that Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots signed Will Grier off of Cincinnati's practice squad.
Yeah.
And I said, kind of like with Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance's biggest contribution to the Dallas Cowboys this year is going to be San Francisco week, just with the knowledge that he has. Brian Schottenheimer is the Cowboys non-playing calling offensive coordinator, right? Schotty yesterday talked about Will Grier and Zeke Elliott, and just listen to how Schotty describes how they are probably helping the Patriots prepare for the Cowboys this week.
Yeah, we're always aware of it. Those are things that we monitor every week, but certainly we know Will knows where a lot of the bones are buried. Zeke obviously does as well. So those are things you talk about, and you think about, okay, hey, let's adjust this one. We certainly have more than one hand signal for most of our core concepts. And sometimes, babe, as you know, you can use it to your advantage because they think
call you babe.
Know what's coming.
We're close.
They hear something, they think, oh, hey, it's this, and we're smart enough to adjust those things. So, again, everybody does it. You get a player that's been somewhere, you bring them in, you talk to them about different things, and then you're very selective about how much you put into it. And so, again, excited to see Will. It'd be great to see him, but I'm sure he's definitely being interrogated and probably spending a lot a lot of late nights with their defensive coaching staff.
Interrogated.
Oh, stop
Joe,
it. Just
interrogated.
Stop it. See, here's the deal.
Uh-huh.
The Cowboys must be stupid. 49ers must be idiots. I mean, I don't know. Let's bring Trey Lance in because he's going to give us all the secrets to the 49ers, and we're going to kick their ass. Obviously, Bill Belichick, all the secrets of the Dallas Cowboys. Stop it.
Are you kidding?
Would you stop it? Honestly, Jason, stop.
You don't think?
I'm sure they're interrogating them, but do you honestly believe that the Dallas Cowboys goes, oh, we're not going to change a thing?
Well, they are
just
going to change
go.
things.
Well, of course
they're
going to
change some things.
So it doesn't make any difference, does it?
You know, to a degree.
It makes no difference.
To a degree. If you get a slight edge and you don't think Bill Belichick is looking for every slight edge that he can.
If he wants an edge, he's got cameras at the Star. That's what Bill Belichick does.
Well, he's been known to do that too.
Yes.
I mean, he will look for every edge that he can get.
I promise you, if he goes on Will Grier and Zeke Elliott's word, it's going to wind up biting him in the butt.
Well, it can't. And you heard Shotty say that. He literally said that in answering the question that was obviously posed by Babe Laufenberg from the Cowboys radio network. But there are so many things there. I remember when Datwin was sitting in that chair, they would bring guys in, talk about player tendencies, this, that, or the other. I mean, there's all these different things that Will Grier is aware of from when they do self-scouting on certain tells that he is probably being asked about. Interrogated.
I'm sure he is.
Interrogated.
And it
you
will
act like it doesn't happen or doesn't
I'm
matter.
sure it happens. It happens, I'm sure.
But clearly it happens, and it matters because teams do this all the time.
How many players have switched teams in the NFL? You can't count the number, can you?
Lots.
Exactly.
Lots.
So I'm sure they're going to ask, what's the tendency? It doesn't matter.
But a quarterback, especially a backup quarterback that has been there, was there in training camp.
Doesn't matter.
If he's got a little bit of intel. I mean, coaches use all that info and they build it. I don't know why your head is in the sand on that.
It does not matter. I can't. So obviously New England's going to win the game.
Nobody said that.
New England's obviously going to win, and Dallas is obviously going to beat San Francisco.
Well, if they do, Trey Lance will get a game ball.
Yeah, that's
it. If the Patriots win, I promise you, Will Grier will get a game ball.
Stop.
He's getting interrogated by the defensive coaches.
I'm sure
they've got him strapped to a chair with a light shining in his eyes right now.
Well, at least the Patriots were smart enough to sign this guy to their 53-man roster. The Cowboys were pretty stupid to bring in a guy like Trey Lance.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to argue with you there. But again, I mean, You look at Cincinnati had the guy unprotected on the practice squad, and Bill Belichick went, all right, let's get that guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't wait to see Bill Belichick come into Dallas and beat the Cowboys because Will Grier was the secret weapon.
Well, he could be.
Well, hey, maybe so.
Be. I mean,
then I guess the Cowboys are stupid
you
as
act
hell.
Well, first off, I mean, you acted like that doesn't happen.
It happens.
I'm
sure.
It does. And you hear Shotty talking about it there.
And Shotty's laughing his butt off.
Well, of course
because
he is.
Said, I hope they're interrogating him. I hope he gives them all the information that he has. And it's going to wind up, we're going to stick it right up there behind.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, my gosh.
You all right?
I'm good.
You sure?
Man, I couldn't tell you. Did you know Tyreek Hill is probably, I don't know, fastest guy in the world?
Well, I mean, he's fastest guy in the NFL.
You know what he wants to do when he gets out of football?
Get fat?
I'll tell you.
Eat donuts?
I'll tell you. It's interesting. And apparently he's pretty good at other things.
Was he going to get an OnlyFans?
I'll tell you when we come back after the Sports Center.
The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, presents
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Lots of college teams have school traditions, like Gig 'em. To get the word out about Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC and Heating, I suggest we institute the following Quarter Moon Yell. Plum 'em!
Plum 'em?
We've got a whole team of fully stocked trucks, and our customers are the best in Texas. I say Quarter Moon, you say Plum 'em. Quarter Moon!
Folks, at Quarter Moon, we have a spirited tradition of solving every home problem imaginable, from plumbing to air conditioning to heating. Call Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC, and Heating day or night, and we'll fix them.
License number N16004, DACLA 000743845E.
Are you playing in our Fall Golf Classic? We're expecting another sold-out tournament. Join the Blitz live at Slackers this Thursday to win your way in. We're going live at 2, and our Golden Tee tournament starts at 6. And the champ is winning a team of 4 to our Fall Golf Classic. It's this Thursday at Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, the North Star location, for your chance to win a team of 4 to our Fall Golf Classic and a 4-pack to the WWE SmackDown this Thursday.
Ron had a tax problem he just couldn't handle on his own.
I owed the IRS taxes for over 5 years, but I didn't have any money to pay the taxes.
Those years cost him dearly.
Most of it was fees and interest. It was horrible.
Ron finally called in the pros.
I called Optima Tax Relief, and boy, am I happy I did.
The leading tax resolution firm, Optima, is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. They've resolved over $1 billion for their clients. Ron was overjoyed.
They settled my account with IRS. I was ecstatic. They are a lifesaver. They are. I am so happy.
Take Ron's advice and call Optima now for a free consultation.
Yeah, don't do like I did and wait. Call Optima Tax Relief. Do it now. You'll be ecstatic like me.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
The San Antonio Quarterback Club is celebrating their 76th year. If you love football, come to the San Antonio Quarterback Club meetings every Tuesday at 11 at the Corey Golf Club. The San Antonio Quarterback Club is a proud supporter of Gridiron Hero Spinal Cord Injury Foundation, and this week's guest speaker is David Wetzel, the former Reagan head coach, now associate AD for football relations at Baylor, is going to be speaking Tuesday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Corey Golf Club. For more info, go to saqbclub.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Brad Schaefer. As a podiatrist, I can tell you no two people's feet are alike, which is why I recommend Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts. They're customized for your feet, so you get a unique solution your feet really need, not just a one-size-fits-all insole. They're clinically proven to provide pain relief for achy feet, knees, lower back, plantar fasciitis, and heels. Take the Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotics assessment in Walmart today, now in the foot care aisle.
When my daughter gets a cold, I have a secret weapon. Dayquil Kids Berry from Vicks. Dayquil Kids is specially formulated to treat kids' most bothersome cold and cough symptoms quickly. And the best part is that Dayquil Kids Berry tastes really great. Aren't you supposed to be resting? Maybe.
Dayquil Kids Berry. The kids' berrylicious daytime congestion, coughing, stuffy head, stuffy nose, just for kids medicine. Safe for kids 6 years plus.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or any and the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Tour a Meritage home to start living the dream of owning a new home. Each Meritage home is built with the energy and money-saving features like spray foam insulation and high-performance air filtration. Check out any of our communities across the San Antonio metro area and find the perfect fit to start a life built better. Go to meritagehomes.com/San Antonio to learn more and to schedule a private or virtual appointment today. That's meritagehomes.com/San Antonio. Actual energy savings and performance may vary. Meritage Homes is an equal housing opportunity builder.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville, your home for the Blitz with Jason and Joe on YouTube and always at sasportsstar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Texas A&M Aggies are going to be without their starting quarterback, Connor Wegman, for a few weeks. Apparently, he injured his ankle. Jimbo Fisher says it's not a high ankle sprain, but he will miss 2 to 4 weeks. Both the Astros and the Rangers won last night, meaning the Rangers keep their 2.5-game lead over Houston in the AL West chase. Both teams out west. Rangers taking on the Angels, Astros in Seattle.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Tuesday afternoon. Guns N' Roses tonight.
Wow, that'll
Alice
be fun.
in Chains tonight.
My wife couldn't say enough good things about the Pink concert last night. She had a great time.
Pink last night. I didn't go, you didn't go, but our wives did.
They did.
Thankfully.
Apparently it was good. I saw some videos that she took, and man, Pink just flies all over the place. She's everywhere.
I saw Pink in Chicago about a month ago.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic.
Uh-huh.
And I told a lot of people, dude, go. It's a hell of a show. Ryan, who works in our office, said, yeah, he heard me say that, so he went. And it's fantastic. What she does, you talk about athletes. But hats off to the changeover crew at the Alamo Dome.
No kidding, man.
The Alamo Dome crew, whatever they do. I mean, from everybody changing the stages out to cleaning the bathrooms to refilling, more importantly, the kegs. Congratulations. Hats off to you, because I'm going to be thirsty tonight.
They don't get enough credit, honestly, the people that do that, because you remember you'd be at a Spurs game, they have to tear down the floor and then get ready for a concert, and they go right to work as soon as the final buzzer sounds. And I tell you, they don't get enough credit. So I'm just here to say, you get a lot of credit. Props to you.
Those crews, and I can only imagine what the stage setup is a lot harder, I think, probably than tear down, especially for Pink. But then to tear down and then build the Guns N' Roses stage for tonight. And you're right. I remember walking that. There's times where we'd walk out of the Spurs locker room 30, 45 minutes after the game was over. You walk out to the arena and the floor is gone. Half those chairs are gone.
Exactly.
They work fast.
Those folks are fast, and they're very good at what they do. So props to all of you that do that. Congratulations.
Congratulations, you have a gig.
This beer's for you.
There you go. Cheers. Let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
So Tyreek Hill, the cheetah, who also wants to be the lion, which keeps pissing off Micah Parsons. Tyreek Hill can be whatever he wants to be, because right now he is that guy.
Sure, as a football player. But will he be that guy at what he wants to do after football?
Well, what does he want to do after football?
Well, he'll tell us.
You're going to be all over, huh? You're going to be on TV, everything. Huh?
Nah, when I retire, bro, I really want to be a porn star, though, bro. Like, dead serious.
He wants to be a porn star.
Now, speed in that industry is not a good thing.
That's not a good thing, no.
You don't want to be the fastest guy in the porn industry.
Although there could be some good movie titles for that. The cheetah goes to work.
All short films.
Yes, extremely. You'd only need 1 quarter for that.
How old are you?
I guess. Do they not have those machines anymore?
Dude, I mean, you're thinking like 42nd Street in New York?
Oh, my gosh.
My goodness. I'm just saying he'll be TikTok famous.
Yeah, I guess so.
Can you get it all done inside of 45 seconds? Yes, I can.
45 seconds? I'm thinking quicker than that.
He's talking about you. We're talking about Tyreek Hill.
He's the cheetah, for goodness sake.
Oh, good Lord.
Apparently, according to this article on TMZ that I'm reading that says this, it's that he claims that Tyreek's got 12 kids.
Yeah, he's got a lot.
He's got a bunch. So I guess he'll be a pretty good porn star. He knows what he's doing.
12 kids.
He knows what he's doing.
Just because you got a lot of kids doesn't mean you know what you're doing.
He hits the mark.
Well, that's kind of part of the problem. I mean, he hasn't mastered certain aspects of that.
What? Well, he doesn't drop passes, Jason. He doesn't. He doesn't pull away.
Might be a good soccer player, man, because he keeps getting them past the goalie.
He does. Well, they're fast.
He's got fast swimmers.
They're cheetah-like.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
You know, it's funny. RG3 this morning on Get Up was very angry, I think. He took offense because Miami's got like the 5 fastest guys in the NFL. And Greeny said something about them, you know, like Olympics. And RG3 was like, dude, you know why they're not in the Olympics and they chose football? Because they're not good enough to be in the Olympics. Which is true.
I suppose. There's a hell of a lot more money in football, I think. I mean, I know some Olympic stars do well.
Yeah.
But I think, man, that could be.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been some guy. There's been some. Bob Hayes was in the Olympics, right?
Well, you're going back.
I'm going way back, but I'm just saying.
Way back. I mean, it's hard to do both in today's world.
Because football is a full-time job.
It is. And different kind of training and everything. Pledge really wants us to talk about Taylor Swift.
He does.
Pledge has been a producer here for how many years?
All of them? I don't know.
Well, not quite all of them. Well, we had Johnny at the beginning, but I've been here, what, a little more than 15. You've probably been here, what, 10, 12? 12, right? Pledge doesn't print out a lot of things and leave them in our workstations, right? I mean, he prints out a lot of things, but not very specific like this.
Yeah, this is in color and everything.
Like Pledge, yes. In color printed out this whole Taylor Swift thing so that we would talk about Taylor Swift because Pledge is a Swiftie. I don't think Pledge wants us to know he's a Swiftie.
Well, I don't think he can hide it.
But with all of the Taylor...
I'm a Swiftie.
With all the Taylor Swift stories that he has sent us over the last 24 hours, and then Pledge was like, oh, I was following all that real time. Was she leaving the sweet in a popcorn machine? Where did they go to dinner? I mean, he's following it real time. I don't know where he was stalking these people at, but he was stalking them. Pledge is a Swiftie, and Pledge, the producer of the show, wants you to know that Travis Kelce has gained a lot of followers since Sunday.
Well, yeah, he has, and he sold a lot of jerseys to a lot of little girls. Apparently, the ratings for the 12 to 17-year-old female viewer was through the roof on Sunday.
Well, and you wonder why they kept showing her in the box.
I suppose.
I mean,
Roger Goodell is a Swiftie now.
Well, sure, because, you know, Travis Kelce now has a top 5 selling jersey in the NFL. He's had a 400% increase in merchandise sale. He gained over 300,000 social media followers over the weekend.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's true or not. Just the writing that I saw, I can't believe that Taylor Swift was given notes on how to act at an NFL game. But there was
who said that?
No, seriously, it's all over the social media. Like, not now. There probably isn't anybody that's more watched and scrutinized than Taylor Swift.
Right.
So, but there was this sheet with all these weird notes were found supposedly given to her. Now, I don't buy it because it was handwritten. And it looked like it was handwritten by a teenage girl with the bubbly writing and
She's
stuff.
Smart enough to know about football.
Well, but still, though, if she was asked a question would she be able to answer it? Now, this stuff had like legends like Len Dawson.
Right.
Like nobody's going to ask her about Len
No,
Dawson.
of course not.
But there was things on there like you have 4 downs to go 10 yards. You have to make a first down to keep the ball. There was all these different handwritten notes, and I call BS on it, but it is kind of fun to think about. Football 101 for Taylor Swift, just in case you get quizzed by either somebody in the box or a paparazzi or something that you come across as football smart.
So I love that. And they also say you can score touchdowns for 6 points or kick a field goal for 3. And the final piece of advice was the Dallas Cowboys always suck, no matter how much their fans try to convince you otherwise.
See, Pledge added that.
I don't
James,
think so.
James Pledger added that. James Pledger, resident Swiftie, added his 2 cents.
Well,
you could tell what was written by a publicist and what was written by a pledger. There's a difference. I think that's the obvious part there.
Well, it's good advice.
Mm-hmm. You know who does suck? Is Zach Wilson.
Yes, he does.
Zach Wilson sucks so bad in New York that the Jets are now signing Trevor Siemian. Because when the only Jet quarterback that has won a Super Bowl, who is always Mr. Positive when it comes to the New York Jets, when Joe Namath is out on you, it's time to go.
I don't believe in him. I don't believe he has a future as a good player. And I think they made a wrong choice when they drafted him. I feel that way. He has some athletic ability, but you've got to have something up here that's going on whenever you're studying, reading, playing out there. Sitting down, throwing the book, it's ridiculous. You got the wrong people playing and picking them.
I know the exact play he's talking about. I was watching this game. I tortured myself on Sunday to watch this game because I actually had something on it. And for whatever reason, yes, I'm an idiot when it comes to that. I thought, well, Zach Wilson can't be as bad as everybody's making him out to be. He is. He's awful. He was in a big scrum and he went back to pass and he just falls. Went down, just fell down. Nobody touched him.
I think he's a bum.
And he's fell down. Now, Joe Namath obviously is Jets royalty, so he can say whatever he wants, and I respect that. Aaron Rodgers was asked about it today, and he says, no, you shouldn't because it's hurting the team. You know, why do you want to do that and hurt the team? Look, they're stuck with this guy.
They are.
I mean, they're stuck for this year, at least. They're stuck with him. So why it doesn't serve any purpose to do that.
But when Joe Namath is out on you,
well, yeah.
I mean, Joe Namath has watched and supported a lot of bad quarterbacks. I mean, honestly, it's like Roger Staubach talking about, I don't know, Clint Sterner or Anthony Brown or who was the pitcher? Drew Henson. Like all these different quarterbacks, Roger found something positive to say about them. Never anything negative. He'll find the positives. Now, they might not all be glowing, but there was something to work with, right? Joe Namath is like, dude, this guy sucks. This guy sucks.
Well, not only
the guys picking him need to go too.
That's what I'm saying. He's calling out management too, and all of that stuff. But look, they did it. It just bad luck. Now, I'm hearing everybody say, well, they should have known that Aaron Rodgers would probably get hurt, 39 years old, and they should have done something bad. You know, I mean, it's ridiculous. Bad luck. Rodgers went down. They did something. He went down.
And because he was so bad last year, they went all in on Aaron Rodgers this year to try to fix the wrong.
That's what happens.
It's incredible when you think about that draft pick, the number 2 overall draft pick, behind Trevor, ahead of Trey, ahead of Kyle, ahead of Jamar Chase, ahead of Waddle.
Trey Lance is not any better.
No,
I mean,
but I'm saying
both of those guys are busts.
I mean, but they're looking just for quarterbacks. Zach Wilson wasn't clearly the answer. Who was that? Was there a quarterback taken later in the draft in the first round? Oh yeah,
Justin
Fields at the 11th pick. Mac Jones at 15.
Interesting,
man.
Now that was the same draft that the Cowboys drafted Micah Parsons, and got lucky as hell.
Well, they did because they wanted Pat Surtain.
They did.
Who went to the Broncos?
Well, there were two of them. It was
just or J.C. Horn.
J.C. Horn,
you know, but Surtain was, you know. They just gave up 70.
Yeah.
Power rankings are out. You score 70, Does that get you to the top of the power rankings? We'll dive into that next on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Wemby, man, the hype is insane. I love the guy. I love his game. I love him playing for that coach. I love him in that community. And I think it's a great thing.
It's the Jim Rome Show, where Wemby and Rome rule. Weekdays at noon.
Hey, Jim Rome here.
Have a take, San Antonio. And certainly do not suck.
Man, I'm nervous. I wouldn't want that gig.
It's the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem. And it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Most of us go to the doctor when we're sick or need prescriptions refilled. But at the Institute for Functional Health, we offer a different and complete version of primary care. This means you will get the medications you need, but we will also put together a custom game plan to fix the root cause and allow your body to heal itself. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we help people get off of medications. Call me for a free consultation, 468-1891, or online at iffhealth.com. You will experience a doctor's visit unlike any you've ever had. 468-1891.
Join the Blitz live this Friday at Round Table Pizza, located at 842 Northwest Loop 410. Beer, wings, pizza, football. Yeah, you heard that right. Plus, the 6 shooters from the Gunslingers are going to be hanging out with us, too. This Friday, come get a slice at Round Table Pizza.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Get the one and done you want for your dog's monthly protection. New NexGard Plus, a Foxolaner, Moxidectin, and Pyrantel chewable tablets. Protects against fleas, ticks, heartworm disease, roundworms, and hookworms. All in one delicious beef-flavored soft chew. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Dogs should be tested for existing heartworm infection prior to starting a preventive. Ask your vet about new NexGard Plus chews.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Imagine getting an impressive cash offer on your home and then selling it for more. Yeah, that happens all the time with Orchard. Getting paid more than you thought is Orchard's goal, even in this market. It's simple. Orchard sells homes faster and for more money, with the majority of homes selling in under 30 days. That's right, under 30 days. And Orchard handles everything, including paint, repair, list, and showing your home. And they'll make your listing stand out with price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost to you. And here's my favorite part. You just relax as Orchard and their expert agents do all of the work, bringing buyers to you by prepping and promoting your home. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Let Orchard help maximize your sale price. Look, with so many companies trying to lowball you, Orchard works hard to get you top dollar. Want to sell your home for more? I sure would. Learn how to maximize your sale price and get a free valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Wednesday on R&R in the morning. That's right. It's Wemby Wednesday. We're talking about your Spur. Training camp's right around the corner and preseason. Also, who is the best undefeated team in college football? To me, it's up for grabs. And, of course, NFL Gumbo looking ahead to those Patriots and Zeke returning. Now back to the Blitz. Joe, you know you want Dame Lillard. It makes too much sense. Call your connects at the Spurs and make that happen.
Dame Lillard. I would love to have Dame Lillard here. Are you kidding me?
Me too. I said that as soon as you knew he was unhappy in Portland.
Yeah, I mean, what would you have to give up for it? Spurs have a safe full of draft picks.
They got picks. If Portland wants some young players, I'd be willing to part with some of those young players too.
Who?
Name them. Honestly.
Any of them, huh?
I mean, honestly. Imagine Wemby with a veteran guy like Dame. Now, you go back when the Spurs got the number 1 pick. We knew that there was going to be 2 pass forward. Are they going to try to bring in some veteran guys around Wemby and win now? Like immediately turn the battleship. They haven't done that. So it feels like the idea is see what they have with the current group of guys and let Wemby play a year in the NBA to see what he really needs at this level. And they'll be an improved team this year because, hell, they can't get much worse, and they'll probably try to win. But I think if you could add a Dame, you accelerate that process, even if it means parting ways with, say, a Keldon Johnson, who right now I look at as a guy that probably comes off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could be. Look, Dame Lillard would automatically make this team a playoff contender, I think. Now, you need some guys still around him. You have to have. But if you have both of those guys, and I think Dame said at some point, if I'm not mistaken, that if Portland were to have ended up with the number 1 pick, he would have no issue staying there. So number 1 pick is right here. I just don't know if Pop wants to pull that trigger, and it looks like Dame's going to end up in Toronto.
And that's, it's so funny. Like all these guys want the beach destination and get sent to Toronto. It's almost like the dude that was here. I want LA. You'll get to LA, but you got to go spend a year in Toronto. Granted, you won a championship. Dame, Portland or Miami. I'm not going anywhere. Toronto?
Well, look, Dame had to change his tune.
Sure.
Because Miami wasn't ponying up with anything.
Well, then that's it. And I appreciate Portland not willing to just say, all right, Dame, you've been good for us. We think we can get more for you, but you want to go to Miami. We're going to send you to Miami, and we're going to take less for you. I appreciate the organization having a price that they're not willing to budge from on what they want in return for Dame, even if it means having an unhappy star show up at training camp next week.
Well, I think, look, he's going to leave. He's going to be playing somewhere else. It's a matter of getting it done. It looks like they're pretty close. So Dame will be somewhere else. And it's good that if he goes to the East, that's fantastic.
But I'm with Rudy on this one, though. If Dame is in play, seriously in play, and if he's thinking Toronto, or if he's willing to go to Toronto, or whatever the case is, do the Spurs owe it to them to at least kick the tires on what that trade could look like? As we get closer to the start of training camp, which
is next week, by the way.
Good Lord. Has the value of what Portland wants in return changed? Deadlines make deals. And, it was easy 3-4 months ago to say, this is what we want. But as they get closer and they're not getting what they want, You know, I mean, you've been sitting out in your driveway all day at your garage sale. You've been trying to get $75 for that treadmill. At what point are you willing to take 35? Right? At what point can some guy drive up with a truck and just get it the hell out of here? Or is Portland at that level yet? And should the Spurs be on the phone to see, could they change the direction of the plan immediately by bringing in a Dame Lillard?
I think if you have an opportunity to get this guy, yes, you do. And you make the call and you see what it's going to cost. And I'm sure that they have. I would be hard pressed to believe that they haven't.
Sure.
I don't know what Toronto is dangling out there. I'm not sure, but apparently it's enough that Portland is interested. And it could be a guy like Siakam. I mean, it could be big players, and maybe that's what they want along with the draft picks.
But I look at, I mean, obviously Wemby is the untouchable in this scenario, right? But what does Toronto have that they're giving up to add Dame that makes them a better basketball team with Dame and without that star player? If they give up a Siakam, if they get, you know what I'm saying? Like we could give up a Keldon and a bunch of picks.
Yeah, but why would Portland want that?
And be a better team.
Why would Portland want that? I mean, if I'm Portland, okay, I want Keldon Johnson, a bunch of picks. No.
Portland wants picks. Portland wants a ton of picks because if they lose Dame, where are they at as far as being a legit championship level team this year or in the next couple years?
They're not that now. I mean, they're even with Dame.
So do you bring in a Keldon and use those picks and you've got something to build around? I mean, if they want players and not just picks, and they want star players like Siakam, if Siakam and Dame trade, is the outlook for either of those teams any different?
No, but you've got a guy that's pretty good that you're getting in return for Dame. Not saying that Keldon Johnson isn't, but I'm not sure he's Siakam.
He's not.
Okay,
he's not.
So, there's a big difference when you're talking about that. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'd like to know what Toronto is dangling out. And haven't seen it yet.
But I would certainly love for the Spurs to be a part of that conversation.
I would too. And I got no problem with it.
I said that, man, after we won the lottery, I remember I was on doing an interview on a radio station in Portland and even brought it up then. Boy, they weren't happy with that idea.
Yeah.
But they knew when they didn't get the number one pick that Dame was going to want out, that this thing that they had in Portland was about to explode. And I think Dame would be great in San Antonio, having a veteran guy like that along with Wemby, and immediately the Spurs go to becoming a playoff team, if not maybe even a little bit more than just getting the playoffs and be a first-round exit. Right now, they're probably a play-in, maybe a first-round exit type of team with the way they're currently constructed. You add a Dame.
Well, you're giving them a lot of credit.
I am.
Yeah, a lot of credit.
I mean, add 20 wins to what they had last year.
Well, we'll see. I mean, we'll see. Is Wemby 20 wins? Is that what you're saying?
I think Wemby and trying to win are 20 wins better than what we had last year.
Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see how he fits into the system and how he fits into the NBA. I want to see. Everybody, I get it, and I know everybody's excited, but everybody, they're a playoff team as constructed. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. I'm not convinced that they are. You had a guy like Dame Lillard. Yes, then definitely we're talking playoffs.
You know who's not a playoff team?
Who?
The Houston Texans.
Are you sure?
But, man, they certainly look good on Sunday. Do they have the offensive rookie of the year playing in Houston? We'll talk with Indy Kalu about that next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, you know the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds, because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA 225-2121 or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Texas A&M football is on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Saturday at 10 a.m., it's the Aggies and Arkansas Razorbacks in an SEC battle. Presented by Ewald Kubota, Just Pots, ABC Home and Commercial Services, The Angry Elephant, and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
O'Reilly. Protect your engine against sludge and wear with a synthetic oil change. O'Reilly Auto Parts has 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $35.95. Plus, get a $5 O reward to use on a future purchase. Our professional parts people can also recommend all the supplies you need for your next oil change. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
2 times the healthy blood pressure support? That's a number to rave about. Thanks to Superbeats Heart Chew's unique 2X ingredient that helps promote normal blood pressure nearly 2 times more effectively than diet and exercise alone. Superbeats is America's #1 selling beet brand and the only #1 cardiologist, doctor, and pharmacist recommended beet brand for heart health support. A clinical study showed that the key ingredient in Superbeats Heart Chews is nearly 2 times more effective at supporting normal blood pressure than a healthy lifestyle alone. And they're part of a brand with over 60,000 5-star ratings and reviews. So double your potential with a special offer exclusively for radio listeners. Get a free 30-day supply of Superbeats Heart Chews and 15% off your first order at getsuperbeats.com with code RADIO. That's a free 30-day supply and 15% off for radio listeners only at getsuperbeets.com, code RADIO.
Urgent Camp Lejeune settlement message. On September 6th, the government announced it will soon begin providing fast, guaranteed settlements to Camp Lejeune Marines, families, and civilians. Awards will range between $100,000 and $550,000, with an option for higher amounts. If you or a loved one spent time at Camp Lejeune and suffered cancers of the bladder, liver, or kidneys, leukemia, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, Parkinson's, or kidney issues, you may qualify for compensation and could be paid within 60 days after accepting your settlement, with your VA benefits fully protected. You may be entitled to a significant financial award for your Camp Lejeune claim, but you must act now. Call the James Harris Law Camp Lejeune helpline now to get the compensation you deserve. We're already fighting for thousands harmed by the water at Camp Lejeune. Call now or you may forever lose your right to be awarded a settlement between $100,000 and $550,000. For your free evaluation, call 800-368-5588. That's 800-368-5588. 800-368-5588.
Klein tools are new at Lowe's, pros. Lowe's knows you want top brands and quality products, and Klein Tools delivers. Right now, get the Klein 3-piece ModBox mobile workstation for $319.94 and the Klein 5-piece cushion grip screwdriver set for just $34.97, both exclusively at Lowe's. Shop the largest selection of Klein tools, the highest quality tool brand at Lowe's. Because Lowe's knows tools, Lowe's knows pros.
Yo, 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 what's up, party people? I'm Julie Foudy.
And I'm Lynn Ozawi.
We host the ESPN podcast Laughter Permitted, where we have candid chats with trailblazing women in sports and beyond.
We've talked with goats like Billie Jean King, Simone Biles, Mia Hamm, Sue Bird, Candace Parker, Michaela Schifrin, just to name a few.
So grab a donut or 500 and check us out wherever you get your podcasts. And a huge shout out to our presenting sponsor, Ally, who has supported us since day one.
Laughter Permitted.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to 5 Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event. Sign up today at sasportstar.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Shaking your head at something, huh?
Just, I love people that watch on YouTube and comment, and they think they're funny.
I got you. Thought you heard the Pro Football Pick'em Challenge and realized you're nowhere near the leaderboard.
Yeah, but it's early.
It's early. It's
just after
3
week
weeks.
3. I got 15 weeks left.
I know. I didn't have a bad week last week. I'm third on our leaderboard at sasportstar.com. Credit to James Pledger.
You got to take a picture of that.
Tied
And
for
save
second.
It.
Well, hell,
it won't be that way at the end of the year.
No, of course not.
No,
none of us are going to be near the top of that leaderboard. Indy Kalu joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line, former NFL star, now doing work with the Houston Texans. And I tell you what, one of the losses I had this week was that Jaguars-Texans game. I thought Jacksonville was going to truck Houston. It was the other way around. Man, that looked like a different football team.
You know what? You talk about top of the leaderboard. We see now at the end of the year with power rankings, the Houston Texans will be the top of that leaderboard. So let's get it. Let's talk a little about that dominant.
Indeed.
Speaking of comedy.
Indeed, man, that CTE guy is calling, line 3.
No, that's the Texan Kool-Aid I'm drinking. I'm drinking it in bulk this week.
It's got a lot of vodka in that Kool-Aid.
Apparently so. Apparently so.
No, but in reality, C.J. Stroud, is he not the front runner for Offensive Rookie of the Year? With his yards, the fact that he hasn't turned the ball over, he's got a crap offensive line, yet he looks
good.
Well, yeah, he's the best quarterback through 3 weeks of the rookie class.
It is very early, but that's exactly what the trajectory tells us. If he keeps playing the way that we've seen over these last 3 weeks, and it's a small sample size, I do want to bring my feedback down to earth, but yes, he's absolutely going to be that guy. You just have to hope that things only get better. We're still down. I say we, like I'm still playing. The Texans are still down.
Man, you still got a paycheck from those guys.
Don't
you're a Texans ambassador. I mean, we got you. You can say we. They won a game. I've noticed when they win, you say we. When they lose, you say them. I got you.
There it is. Now you really know me.
Yeah. Indy, though, what's impressive about this guy, I know that Carolina's got buyer's remorse right now, and that's no disrespect to Bryce Young, but C.J. Stroud clearly seems to have the best understanding of the NFL game, at least at this point in time. Is that accurate?
It's absolutely accurate, and it's awesome when you get a chance to talk to him away from the cameras, away from the microphone. This is a guy that you have gym rats that just stay in the gym. He's a film rat. Like, he really loves watching ball, learning ball, and I think that's the mentality. That's who you have to be as a quarterback. And one thing that you also notice about him, he never gets too down, he never gets too high. After a good game, a big win, he's not parading around like he's arrived. And after a loss, he doesn't get so down on himself that he starts to lose confidence in what he can do. So he has the mentality you need to have to be a successful quarterback. Now, again, it just needs to be consistent. And 5 weeks from now, I hope I'm not jumping on with y'all saying, man, I can't wait to see C.J. Stroud against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I want to see a bunch of these games back to back where he proves that this is who he is.
Indy, it's one thing offensively for them to go into Jacksonville and do what they did. A week ago against the Colts, that defense was just not good. What was different about the Texans defense Sunday on the road against Trevor Lawrence and a really good, or what we thought was going to be a really good Jacksonville team, versus a week ago against the Colts? It looked like two different teams.
Just inconsistent play, because I would take the Jacksonville Jaguar offense over the Colts any day of the week. But just like you mentioned, they look like an entirely different defense. That's the difference between great defenses and good defenses. The great defenses, they look the same every week, even in a loss. You're like, that's still the culture of that defense. And I think that's where they're trying to get to. So the true test is going to be in the next couple of weeks. They play Pittsburgh here in Houston on Sunday. Pittsburgh's not the same Pittsburgh team from 4 or 5 years ago, but they're still play the same way they played against the Jags. Then they can start building towards that culture. I didn't really answer your question because I don't know if I can say, oh, well, the difference was because your left end was rushing against this guy versus the Colts. I just think overall they had the mentality that they had throughout preseason and from the first game, not so much the Colts game.
All right, Indy. The thing that scares me, though, about the Pittsburgh Steelers is that defensive line for the Steelers is fantastic. They're good, and they are nasty. How is the Texans' offensive line coming along? Are they going to get any help for that game?
To me, this is all on the offensive coordinator. You know how nasty that front seven is for Pittsburgh. T.J. Watt, the brother of J.J. Watt, is one of the best in the game outside of Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons, who doesn't play against Josh Dobbs, but outside of Micah Parsons, he might be one of the best defensive players in the game. So to answer your question, I don't even give my backup tackle that speech like, "Hey, you're in the NFL, you can do it." I'm getting my tight end, I'm getting my fullback Andrew Beck, and I'm saying wherever TJ goes, that's where we're going to help with the pass protection. So I really think a lot of the protection when you face that front seven being led by TJ Watt also has to do with the creativity of the offensive coordinator.
Indy Kalu joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. How weird is it going to be this week, especially for Texans fans, J.J. Watt in the building rooting for the Steelers?
You know what? J.J. Watt being the diplomatic politician that he is, if somebody asks, hey, who are you rooting for? He'll give some answer that's going to make everybody feel good. He'll give some answer where you understand, okay, his brother's on the other side of the field. But at the same time, the Texan fans are going to say, oh, he still loves Houston. Deep down, he's hoping for his brother to have 5 sacks against C.J. Stroud. That's only natural. So their family, their blood, but him being the diplomat, the politician that he is, he'll come up with the right answer. That's a good question. I'm going to have to ask some of my buddies who are going to be questioning him to ask that question.
Well, he better be. His mom will get mad if he doesn't root for his brother a little bit. So you mentioned Micah Parsons, Indy, and I want to go back there. And you know how Cowboy fans are, right? First 2 games of the season, Super Bowl bound, no question about it. Now all the wheels have fallen off. What was your take on what happened in Arizona on Sunday with the Cowboys?
I know I sound like a broken record, but again, consistency. And that seems to be the case with the Dallas Cowboys. 1 minute they look great, the next minute you're wondering what happened, what team are we watching? And I just think they're not playing at the level that we're used to seeing them play. I mean, I respect all NFL players. Most of my 12-year career, I was a backup. I was a role player as a defensive end rusher. So I know backups can also play, but you don't lose to Joshua Dobbs when you're the Dallas Cowboys, especially with the way you look the first 2 weeks. I actually think it's a mentality. It's a mindset where I remember playing against the Baltimore Ravens back when they had Ray Lewis and co. Like, they had that mindset, like, I don't care if we're playing Sam Houston High School or the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, we're just going to kill you. Like, we're going to kill who's ever in front of us. And I feel like Dallas kind of got in that mindset after 2 games. Oh, we've arrived. Let's go take care of business against Arizona and Joshua Dobbs and just move on. Like, no, those guys get a paycheck too, and they got some that. James Conner has a lot of pride in what he does as a running back. Michael Wilson has a lot of pride in what he does as a wide receiver. Like, those are pros as well. So I just think it's a mindset that they don't have right now.
Indy Kalu joining us here on the Blitz after the game. And, Micah Parsons, you go from MVP conversation to a performance like that. The defense was awful. After the game, heat of the moment in the locker room, he said that they played down to their competition, didn't give the Cardinals any respect for the win, for kicking their ass. Then on Monday night, last night, on his own podcast, he doubled down with it.
Cowboy Nation, do not panic. Yes, it was a rough one. Yes, there's lots of regrets, things that a bunch of guys wish they could take back. But can we say every day climbing the mountain is going to be sunshine and rainbows? No, we got hit by the storm. some of our biggest takeaways of this game was the simple fact of like we just didn't execute on both sides of the ball. You can't even say it was the offense. You can't even say it's defense. Giving up 28 points is just unacceptable. Regardless of what Dak done, the standard we've been playing, how we've been playing, just wasn't acceptable this week. And I take ownership in that. It hurts because when you go out there and you practice something and you consistently do it and you're not executing to the way, like, we were just beating ourselves. I don't necessarily think the Cardinals were a better team at this at all. I think we have more talent, more skill, things like that. But I just think we beat ourselves.
When you hear that, Indy, the day after, it's one thing in the heat of the moment, it's another the day after. Do you appreciate those comments from Micah Parsons, or is he flat out wrong, even if it might be true to say it, not give any credit to what the Cardinals did?
Great job, first of all, by you dropping that sound, because I never heard that. So for you to drop it right after you asked the question, nice job by you.
It's a professionally produced radio show, Indy.
Yeah, I'm not used to that with what I was doing over here. But in all seriousness, 2023 me appreciates that. But as I was listening, the old man in me was like, what the hell are you doing jumping on a microphone after a loss, after a game? But that was me being stuck in my old mentality. But in a day and age, and I just can't fight it, that's just the day and age we live on. Everybody has a podcast. Everybody, has a social media brand, and I get it. I'm not comfortable with it, but I get it. I have no problem with anything he actually said. I mean, the Cowboys are a better team. He admitted that he didn't play. He didn't throw his team under the bus and say they. He said, including myself. And this is after he had a one sack, one tackle for loss game, which is pretty much all we asked for as edge rushers. So I actually don't have any problem with what he said. Now, the old man in me, the man in my 40s who's used to playing and just shutting up, I don't like the whole idea of having a podcast, but guess what? That's just the day and age we live in. But with what he actually said, I can't find anything where I can say he's wrong for that. It sounds like you disagree. I want to hear why you disagree.
Well, at some point, you got to credit the other team for kicking your ass. I mean, at some point, you sound like you're just making excuses, and you thought you could just show up and win the game, and you didn't. At some point, give them credit. You could say we didn't play our best football game, but like you said a minute ago, they are professionals on the other side. They get paychecks, and they have pride in what they do too.
But isn't that what he did? He basically said
we played down to our competition.
We're the better team, and I'll take
Who's
issue
the
with
better fighter, Mike Tyson or Buster Douglas?
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's who wins the football game. On that day, on Sunday, the Cardinals were a better football team. So I'm not here to say, I mean, yeah, maybe if they play 10 times, the Cowboys win 9, but I'm not. How can you sit here and say the Cowboys are a better team? They got their asses kicked.
And Arizona's won 7 of 8 against Dallas, which is insane.
I can respect that. Okay, y'all put me back in my place. I was trying to get.
Well, I mean, honestly, though,
I'm not trying to do that.
I mean, if somebody from Jacksonville, and Houston has had the Jaguars number the last couple of years, even though Houston's been a dumpster fire. If somebody from Jacksonville would have said that, how would that go over for you covering the Houston Texans, who played a hell of a football game and deserve some credit for the effort they had?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You make a great point. I don't know if the margin of talent, the difference in talent between Houston and Jacksonville is the same with the Cowboys in Arizona. And what I mean by that is I feel like they're similar in talent as far as the Texans and the Jags, and the Texans just played better on that Sunday. But with the Cowboys, when I look at that roster, I feel like, man, this team is way more talented than the Arizona Cardinals. But you're absolutely right. Like, similar to, I don't know if y'all knew this, but back in the day, the Rice Owls beat University of Texas not too long ago.
Nobody remembers that.
I remember that.
Nobody remembers that.
I remember that.
I could have sworn people still bring it up to this day, but, all jokes aside, they had more talent than us, but you could not tell me after that game that they were the better team. So I kind of get both sides of it, but I don't have a problem with what Michael Parsons said.
Indy, do you think a team like Dallas, and I think you alluded to it earlier, when they went into this game, I mean, hey, we're the big bad Cowboys. We've dominated the first 2 teams we played, and we're not going to have any issue. We're looking at New England and then San Francisco after that. Does that happen to football teams?
Oh, it does, especially, when you don't have a coach that's aware of that. I don't know what was said during the week, so I'm not going to blame Mike McCarthy. But I remember when I was with the Eagles, the years that we were winning our division and going to the conference championships, felt like every year. I remember after one dominant performance, the coaches got together, showed us film, and all they showed us were the mistakes because we were playing a team that on paper we were supposed to beat. But by the end of that week, before that game, we felt like we were the worst team in the NFL because all they focused on was our mistakes. And then we just went out and killed that team. And at the time, after the game, I was like, you slick little bastard, Andy. I know what you just did. Like, I get what you just did. And I'm just wondering if Dallas, if they started to read the press clippings and Mike McCarthy was, sipping Mai Tais at practice saying, hey, we're here. But you need to have that coach that even when things are going well, they kind of let you know, like, you're not perfect and here's where we can improve.
The great Indy Kalu here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. How is it that an NFL team can just go out and lay an egg?
Hold on. Wait. Which team are you talking? I'm sorry. When you said that, I actually thought I lost you for a minute.
Any NFL team. I mean, it seems like there are always games. Every team, good teams, bad teams, just have a clunker. What I mean, is it a mentality in the locker room? Like I said yesterday, when that game started, I turned to my wife and said, I don't like the look of the Cowboys. They didn't look like they had the right energy. They looked like they showed up for work at 3 o'clock and just punched the clock and we're going there. You didn't see that same fire. Is that a real thing?
Okay, first of all, I apologize for the pregnant pause because I thought you were actually, when you said that, I'm not even trying to be funny, I really thought you were going to bring up the Dolphins-Denver game. When you said, like, how can they go lay an egg? And I thought to myself, oh, he's, talking about Dolphins-Denver. But as far as the Cowboys and your question, to this day, I remember it like it was yesterday. We were playing the Carolina Panthers for a chance to go to the Super Bowl, and we lost the game 14-3. And for whatever reason, we did everything during the week the way you're supposed to. Went to bed early. None of us went partying that Friday night. Maybe that was the problem. But I remember playing in that game. I don't know what it was, Jason, but I just couldn't really get up for it. As bad as that sounds, I just couldn't get up for it. Not saying that I wasn't excited, not saying that I didn't understand the opportunity in front of us, but my get off, my steps, and it felt like this the whole way around, like not just me, but even my teammates. Something was just off that game. So I don't know if that's what happened with Dallas. It can happen. I can't explain it because even when I talk to some of my old buddies, Hugh Douglas, Bobby Taylor from that game, I'm like, man, what happened to us that day? Like, we just couldn't get up. And they're like, man, it was like something was in the air that was only affecting our side of the ball. And it's weird. It happens every blue moon, but I can't explain it. I wish I could tell you, like, oh, it's because they didn't go to bed in time or this, that, or the other. But every blue moon, you just don't get up for a game. I don't know if that's what happened with the Cowboys or if Arizona was just better on that Sunday, like y'all are convincing me, or if for whatever reason they just couldn't get up for that game.
I got to ask you real quick, Indy. The big talk is about Zach Wilson and the Jets and how horrible he is as a defensive player. And I don't know if you ever experienced this, but do teams get divided? Do you lose faith in that quarterback or the offense or whatever? I mean, does that happen in a locker room?
Oh, absolutely. Like, we've had times where, and I'm sure y'all know because y'all do a great job covering the Cowboys. Like, every Thursday or Monday, different position groups will go out to eat. And I've been on teams where when the D-line went out to eat before the game, it was like, hey, guys, if we don't pitch a shutout, we're losing the game. It's kind of like, you know what's going on that side of the field, that side of the ball. So, no, there's absolutely times where guys get divided, the team gets divided, and some guys lose faith in a certain quarterback. Like, nah, you know what, let's give them another chance. So that does happen.
So in Denver, who's mad at who? Is the defense mad at Russell Wilson, or is Russ mad at the defense for giving up 70 points in an NFL game?
Wow.
When I saw that, when first I heard the score, my son said, he told me the score because I didn't watch the game. And I was like, you idiot, you must be reading something wrong. Like, that just doesn't happen in the NFL. And I had to look for myself, and I was like, oh, they really beat him 70-20. I didn't see the game, so I'm just going off stats from what I remember. The kid out A-Chain had like 200 yards passing. And I remember Russell Wilson's stat line didn't look too bad. So I would say that that's on the defense. But I could be missing something because I didn't see the game. I just remember looking at the stats after I saw that score.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy in Sean Payton, though. I was very happy about that.
Why don't you like Sean?
That's a long story, ND. We'll have coffee or beers or something. I'll explain.
Beers.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, beers.
Definitely beers. Just be glad you're not in a defensive meeting this week after giving up 70.
That's embarrassing.
Yes.
That is embarrassing.
ND Kalu, always great catching up, my friend. We'll talk to you next week.
All right.
ND Kalu on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, presents
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America, Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Imagine getting an impressive cash offer on your home and then selling it for more. Yeah, that happens all the time with Orchard. Getting paid more than you thought is Orchard's goal, even in this market. It's simple. Orchard sells homes faster and for more money, with the majority of homes selling in under 30 days. That's right, under 30 days. And Orchard handles everything, including paint, repair, list, and showing your home. And they'll make your listing stand out with price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost to you. And here's my favorite part. You just relax as Orchard and their expert agents do all the work, bringing buyers to you by prepping and promoting your home. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Let Orchard help maximize your sale price. Look, with so many companies trying to lowball you, Orchard works hard to get you top dollar. Want to sell your home for more? I sure would. Learn how to maximize your sale price and get a free valuation at orchard.com. That's orchard.com. Orchard.com.
This is the story of a very special woman. Just a few knew about her superpowers. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hustle up, we've got 8 more floors to go before lunch.
Sarusha's window washing business is reaching new heights.
Wipe, and let's roll.
They need more certified cleaners to keep online reviews crystal clear.
Team, I know we're hustling, but watch for streaks. Candace, can you give me a hand over here?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The Golf Club of Texas has some of the best course conditions with the friendliest staff. The golf is great. They have a lighted driving range and practice area. While it feels like a country club, it's not a private club. It's open to the public, so bring the family into the 10 Cup Bar. It's the nicest sit-down restaurant in that area of SA, specializing in Texas food, wine, and spirits. For golf or dinner, go to Golf Club of Texas off Highway 90, online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Are you playing in our Fall Golf Classic? We're expecting another sold-out tournament. Join the Blitz live at Slackers this Thursday to win your way in. We're going live at 2, and our Golden Tee tournament starts at 6. And the champ is winning a team of 4 to our Fall Golf Classic. It's this Thursday at Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, the North Star location, for your chance to win a team of 4 to our Fall Golf Classic and a 4-pack to the WWE SmackDown this Thursday.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment, the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying implements. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, for 75 years, Kubota.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Guys, Revive Men's Health San Antonio is making you this guarantee. We will improve the medical condition of your ED or low T, or we'll give you your money back. Book your free appointment today. Call 210-615-7777 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Find the brands, inspiration, and great value you need to own your style at Macy's VIP sale, going on now. Use your coupon or Macy's card and take an extra 30% off fall trends and updates. Plus 15% off go-to beauty, skincare, and fragrances. Plus shop specials and find great deals on top brands at Macy's VIP sale. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
This season, your coffee orders are getting warmer and your outfits are getting cozier. The world keeps changing, and so does COVID-19. That's why this season's COVID-19 shots have been updated. They're one of the best ways to help protect yourself against COVID-19. You can get a COVID-19 shot at the same visit as a flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Talk to your healthcare provider to learn more and schedule at vaccines.gov. And don't forget to get extra cinnamon spice. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Your home for the Cowboys.
Touchdown all the way, runs it in for the touchdown.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, Kellen Moore has plucked a former Cowboys wide receiver and put him on the Chargers squad. Simi Fehoko has signed with the Chargers. Chargers lost, of course, wide receiver Mike Williams for the season with a torn ACL. Texas A&M has lost their starting quarterback Connor Wegman. He was injured in the win over Auburn, could be sidelined 2 to 4 weeks, and the Cowboys are falling down the power rankings.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix on a great Tuesday afternoon. Busy week for us here on the Blitz.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is the last day in the studio this week, isn't it?
Thank goodness.
How about that?
I know. I love being out on the road.
Maybe they'll vacuum the walls?
You would hope. Can we put in a request?
Put in a request. I don't know who we put that request into. I mean, it can't be grumpy-ass Greg Shelton.
No, because he's going to be with us tomorrow at a Texas Cheer Liquor Store number 9 in the Culebra Commons Shopping Center there at 1604. Lots of free samples.
Always a lot of free samples and good stuff.
Although we could put the request in with Greg. It's not like he would be the one that actually does anything.
Well, of course. Right? Of course not.
I mean, Greg is the supervisor.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll send it to like the maintenance crew or
I'm not even sure that he would do that. Maybe we should just put it in an envelope, stick a couple of bucks in there and hand it to the cleaning crew themselves.
I mean, we could maybe do that.
Yeah,
it's possible.
To me, that would work better than anything.
For those of you that aren't unaware, our walls in our studio are carpeted.
Yes.
And
like 1970s carpeted.
Well, I'm sure we got a good price on it when we redid this studio at the end of 2007. And I'm an allergy sufferer like most of you, right?
Yep.
And there are certain times that, and Reinagel's worked here for a couple years now, or almost 2 years now. You walk into the studio and in about 30 minutes, man, it hits you.
It does.
And every now and then everybody's sneezing and coughing, and they come in and they vacuum the walls.
Yeah.
I'd be afraid if you turn around and hit the wall to see what comes off of it.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Somehow I have a feeling that these carpets are as dirty as some dude's dorm room.
Probably
right?
so.
And they get cleaned as often. I mean, you think about it at colleges, and I figured this out when Erica first went to college. About 6 weeks after school starts, they have Parents' Weekend.
Uh-huh.
You know why they do Parents' Weekend? So the kids will clean their rooms.
Do that?
Oh, they'll
make the bed, maybe
hide the empties.
Yeah.
Tidy up a little bit. And Parents' Weekend is always about 6 weeks in when it's time to do a little bit of cleaning, right? I think that's part of design.
It's got to be. It makes sense. That's for sure. But yeah, I don't know because I don't know. I mean, they don't look dirty, but I'm sure.
Well, I mean, because they're brown. Although what you don't realize is when they put it up new, it was white carpet.
Yeah, I'm sure it was, right?
Remember, in the 70s and 80s when every parent smoked and, you move the drapes and you would see the sheer looking curtain thing.
Stains.
Yeah, that one, the curtain stain. I mean, you would see the smoke, right? I mean, this carpet wasn't this brown 12 years ago.
I'm sure it wasn't. I used to hate that. Did your dad smoke?
Yes, both my parents. My mom's car wouldn't start without a cigarette being lit with the windows rolled all the way up.
Yeah, and there was nothing you could do but sit back there and suffocate.
You didn't know any better back then.
Well, it still sucked.
You didn't know. I didn't notice. I didn't.
You got to be kidding me.
Are you kidding?
I would even ask my dad sometimes, hey, can you just crack the window a little bit?
Really?
Usually it wouldn't happen, but
we were just used to it, I guess.
I never got used to it because I'd sit in the back seat on a family trip and he'd light up that cigarette and I was like,
are you?
it was awful.
My parents, my dad used to smoke 2 packs a day.
Oh, well,
I mean, and who knows what my mom was smoking?
Did I mention my
cigarettes.
dad? Did I mention my dad was a bookie?
Yes.
So on a weekend he'd smoke a carton. I mean, because he one after he was nervous as hell, right? Well, watching football, especially on Sunday, and so I mean, yeah, it was just all over the place. But man,
do you remember when they were smoking on flights?
I do. I remember that very well. First time I ever went to Las Vegas was with my dad, my uncle, and my grandfather. All of them smoked. The plane was delayed. We were already on the plane. Plane was delayed. All 3 of them got up and politicked or did something, and the flight attendant let them out so they could go smoke.
Well, see, they let them out.
Well, they let them out. You can't do that now.
No, I remember, though, when you used to smoke on planes.
Well, that was right when they stopped it.
Yeah, because I know as an Army brat, you would fly, most Army brats understand this. Flying to Germany. Like I was born in Frankfurt and we lived in Stuttgart, Germany, and lots of trips to Europe.
Right.
What are those 8, 10, 12-hour flights with smoking on the entire flight?
That's tough.
Yeah. The good old days.
Yes, the good old days. But you know what? I drank out of a water hose too, and I'm still here today.
That's it.
If good health, no problems.
Well, we obviously
got kicked out the door at 9 o'clock in the morning. You didn't come back till dinner.
You didn't have a cell phone.
No cell phone.
Didn't have a pager.
Nobody knew where you were.
See, that was the hard part. I grew up in a little town.
Yeah,
I know you grew up in a little town, but the problem is my dad was a mailman. After my dad retired from the Army, he went and worked for the post office. So he knew. Your mailman, by the way, knows everything about you. By the way,
I'm sure they do.
Your mail, especially in those days when nothing was email.
Yeah.
Your mailman knows everything about you, which means your mailman knows everything about your friends' parents. What could be going on with them with different things that are coming in the mail. But it was very much like, hey, I'm over at Brian Iron's house. So yeah, 2715 Live Oak. Huh?
Yeah.
Is that okay? They've been getting a lot of medical bills.
They've been getting a lot of medical bills.
I'm over here. Oh yeah.
I left the house.
Yeah, he gets too many magazines. You shouldn't be going over there.
I left the house, dude, and never once. I mean, you didn't check in. Unless, the cops brought me home one time and I got in a little big trouble for that. But I mean,
well, there's a story.
When that happens, it's just, geez, I tell you, but growing up in a small town was great.
But you just said the key word there.
What's that?
A small town.
Yes.
The cops brought you home.
They did.
They let your dad deal with it.
They did.
Instead of, having to call your dad from jail, because I had that experience. They bring you home. The one time I thought we were all going to get in trouble, we didn't. But yeah, I mean, the cops would bring you home as opposed to taking you to jail. And
well, that particular day, I'm glad they did. I'm surprised they let me in the car because I had probably pooped my pants at that point.
Probably.
There was a house on the corner, big tree that looked like a giant Christmas tree. You know what I'm talking about? Well, every year the people there would decorate that with lights. Well, we thought it was funny. We'd go in there and we'd untwist their lights and take, 4 or 5 of them and go to the Sonic. And then you hit them on the ground and they pop.
Yeah.
Right? Well, one night we were doing that, having fun and laughing, and all of a sudden I hear the homeowner had come out with a shotgun.
You kept stealing his lights.
I know. And my gosh. So then we had to stay there under the shotgun while the police came. And so they were nice enough to give me a ride home.
For stealing lights.
Yep, unscrewing the lights. Because I'm these poor people, in hindsight, they come out and they turn their lights on and there's nothing.
We used to do that with playing mailbox baseball. And then some guy put a pole on the other side of the baseball. So the back of the truck, you hit that and come flying out of the back of the truck.
Dude.
Some people just take it into their own hands.
I know. Well, and they have to sometimes, right? You got to take it into your own hands.
Well, that's it. But like you said, back in the day in a small town, the cops would take you home. Nowadays, kid gets in trouble and you got to have a good defense attorney to get you out of that trouble.
You sure as heck do. I got the guy for you. Yeah, Nico LaHood and the LaHood Norton Law Group. Yeah, that's who you need to call. If you get in trouble with the law in any way, shape, or form, the LaHood Norton Law Group is the number you need to call. That number is 210-797-7700. Look, the LaHood Norton Law Group knows both sides of the criminal justice system, and they handle all kinds of criminal cases, whether it's state or federal. They offer representation for criminal allegations, including DWI, aggravated assault, any kind of white-collar crime, weapons charges, drug charges, you name it. The LaHood Norton Law Group will take care of it. Look, I've known Nico LaHood for a long time. 20 years or so I've known Nico LaHood. And if you're in trouble, you want this guy on your side. I promise you, he's going to bust his tail to make sure that you get the best representation that you can possibly get. So look, if you need legal help, you need the LaHood Norton Law Group on your side. Call them for a free consultation. 210-797-7700. That's 210-797-7700. Sooner you make that call after you've been accused, the better off you are. So call them, 210-797-7700, or online at lahoodnorton.com.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Sunday, it's the Cowboys and Patriots at 2:30 p.m.
Micah Parsons is on the ball.
And he's still alive.
He's still running. He's still moving with the ball to the 10, to the 5, to the goal line.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
Those stomach issues ruined your birthday?
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa.
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
if these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Now at Staples, the prices of HP printers are dropping. Save on HP Smart Tank and enjoy even more savings on ink. Save on the HP Inkjet, perfect for high-quality pics. Save on HP laser printers, great for tackling high-volume document printing. Now through September 30th, save on Staples' entire selection of HP printers, some as low as $69.99. With HP printer price drops at Staples, now is the time to upgrade to HP, America's most trusted printer brand. See staples.com/HP for details.
Round Table Pizza is celebrating big for their 1-year anniversary this Friday, September 29th. If you haven't tried Round Table Pizza, this is your chance. Join the Blitz this Friday, 2 to 6 live from Round Table Pizza. Pizza, wings, garlic twists, and beer. They have it all. Get their Inflation Buster special while you're at it. Buy one extra large specialty pizza and get a free medium 1-topping pizza. Plus happy hour specials from 4 to 7, Monday through Friday. Bring the family. Round Table Pizza, 842 Northwest Loop 410.
It's Raymond and Austin. We're back on All-Star Sports Radio, celebrating their 30th year. Our sportsbook and casino sponsor, BetUS.com, is offering a 125% sign-up bonus plus up to 30 risk-free bets.
It's called Bet Protect, the perfect offer for crazy plays, like the famous butt fumble. It's the GOAT of embarrassing plays.
Really, remember when you bet me you could do a live show with Goat as your co-host, and he face-kicked you?
Thankfully, I didn't take the under on that one.
Anyway, folks, get Bet Protect today, the industry's biggest 125% sign-up bonus plus up to 30 risk-free bets. BetUS.com, where the game begins.
It's football season and the Roo Pub is kicking off their 10-year anniversary party. Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch a game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. College football, pro football, the games are on at the Roo. Aggie fans, every game will be on with sound. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Celebrating 10 years, the Roo Pub next to the Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Nobody brings you more value in fine jewelry than Diamonds Direct, and they're proving it again by rolling back interest rates to 0%. But you need to hurry. Now through Sunday only, you can make any purchase and spread your payments over 5 years with an unheard of interest rate of 0.0%. A $6,000 ring is just $100 a month. But hurry, this radical offer ends Sunday at 5 p.m. Don't miss this once-a-year blockbuster deal. Hurry, 5 years, 0 interest financing. Get details and more at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. On approved credit.
Imagine getting an impressive cash offer on your home and then selling it for more. Yeah, that happens all the time with Orchard. Getting paid more than you thought is Orchard's goal, even in this market. It's simple. Orchard sells homes faster and for more money, with the majority of homes selling in under 30 days. That's right, under 30 days. And Orchard handles everything, including paint, repair, list, and showing your home. And they'll make your listing stand out with price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost to you. And here's my favorite part. You just relax as Orchard and their expert agents do all of the work, bringing buyers to you by prepping and promoting your home. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Let Orchard help maximize your sale price. Look, with so many companies trying to lowball you, Orchard works hard to get you top dollar. Want to sell your home for more? I sure would. Learn how to maximize your sale price and get a free valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
The Jim Rome Show.
Hey, Jim Rome here, and back in the military city of San Antonio.
Weekdays at noon on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Lennox. Just got a text from my buddy Lumpy.
Lumpy. What do you on Leave It to Beaver?
I don't know.
I wasn't Lumpy on Leave It to Beaver.
Dude, I don't know.
I think he was.
Literally. When is the golf tournament? Dude, we've been telling you guys. It is Monday.
Yes.
It is October 3rd. Or 2nd.
So Lumpy hasn't signed up yet.
Apparently not. This is the second golf tournament text I got today from friends. Right?
Better hurry up.
We're damn near sold out.
Yes.
If you go to sasportstar.com and it lets you register, then we're not sold out yet.
Right.
But we're close.
We're close. 4 or 5 teams tops.
sasportstar.com. Get signed up. Benefits the Lupus Foundation of America. It's going to be Monday, October 2nd.
Weather's going to be great.
This Monday. Well, Bill Taylor, tell us what it's going to be like Monday out at Olympia Hills for a golf tournament brought to you by the lofts of Jesse Hernandez, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renault by Anderson, Meritage Homes.
How about this forecast? Partly cloudy skies, 94 degrees. That's a hell of a day for golf.
It is a hell of a day because in the morning it's not going to be 94.
71.
When we tee off at 9 a.m.
The low 71, so it won't be 94, 9 o'clock. What do you think, about 80?
Yeah, sure. I mean, why not?
Sure.
I mean, pick a number. I'm sure there are a lot of people are going to lie and say that they're going to shoot the temperature at tee off. Some are going to shoot better than that.
55% humidity. That's not bad.
Sure.
9-mile-an-hour wind out of the east.
Out of the east.
Out of the east, yeah.
You got to keep those winds in mind, especially in the Golden Tee tournament, which we're going to have Thursday out at Slacker's North Star location.
I'm kicking Pledge's ass. That's all I know. It's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening. It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
Yes. It's time.
You're going to kick Pledger's ass.
Yes.
In Golden Tee.
Yeah, we've got a little grudge match that's going on along with the big tournament that's going out there. By the way, you can win a foursome to our tournament.
So Thursday, Slackers North Star location.
Yes.
We're having a golf winner gets a foursome in our golf tournament.
I don't think we've set the rules yet, have we? We're going to do like 3 holes pledge or 1. I don't know how many holes we're going to do.
All I know is Pledge has said, Joe, you pick the rules because I'm going to kick your ass either way.
I don't think he said that.
I really do think he has actually said that.
That kick your ass thing, he probably did. I'm not sure about pick the rules.
I think he said that too.
You said to pick the rules?
1 hole, 3 holes, 9 holes. And then he said, and I know
Wow.
you, Joe, we'll start with 1, you'll change it to 3, then you'll change it to 9, and then you're going to get mad and go home.
Well, we're going to be doing this, I think, during the show. So, I mean, I can't, like, and you're going to be doing play-by-play.
I am?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. You didn't realize that, did you?
I don't go to meetings.
There has been no meeting about this.
Well, apparently, you two have had a discussion. We'll call that a meeting.
Well, we got an email from the Sweaty Monkey today.
Well, he doesn't matter.
Well,
I mean, he makes up all kinds of rules that we don't follow.
Well, this one I want to because it's
Because it benefits you?
Because it benefits me, yes. So keep doing that, Tim.
Uh-huh.
Pledge is done. I mean, he doesn't realize what a barfly I am, and so that means that I'm good at Golden Tee. Although he's a barfly too, so maybe he's pretty good.
When's the last time you played Golden Tee?
Last year about this time.
No, it hadn't been that long ago. I was at a place the other day that I kind of fiddled around a little.
Oh, well, because you knew this was coming up. I got to tell you.
I didn't know this was coming up at that time.
I was down at the Coast Labor Day weekend, and the house that we were staying in had a Golden Tee.
Did you play?
A lot.
Yeah, it's
a
fun.
lot, which is why I'm telling you, you've got to take into account the wind, especially on those holes that are around, I don't know, the coast.
Dude, I'm not
depending
worried.
on your course.
I'm not worried.
I remember last year you talking a lot of noise about your Golden Tee play. We get out the Slackers. We start the video. Your first one went right in the water.
I don't think that was the case, and you've got no proof of it anyway.
Actually, I think it was on video. Then we did another take, and you got to within like 4 feet, and you kicked my ass because I'm not good at Golden Tee, although I'm better this year than I was last year, but not good enough for this competition.
I don't know. Let's see. That's on Thursday.
That's on Thursday.
I got tonight and tomorrow.
Are you going to go practice?
Get in a little practice rounds.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What? I love how people do. Greg Shelton does that too.
Would you want to read the comment that was put up there?
Joshua Jimenez says, Pledge said pick the rules, put some of that Kins money on it. Doesn't matter how much, the Pledge is going to win.
Uh-huh.
Greg Shelton the same way. He doesn't say Kins, though. He'll say TV money.
That's that TV money.
Yeah, TV money.
Uh-huh. So now you're making that big-time radio money.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean,
yes. So all of that TV money is gone. So
it's that big radio money.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
I love how people say that. I really
you didn't make $15 million a year over there at Ken's TV?
No, not quite that much.
You think anybody combined over there makes $15 million?
No, I do not.
No,
I do not. And especially nowadays. Now look back in the Dan Cook, Chris Maru days.
It still wasn't millions.
No. But it was
a lot more.
Half of that.
Yeah.
They used to make, they used to do very well.
Yeah.
I mean, that was back in the day. And since then, it just steadily
nowadays, I know kids that graduate with a MMJ degree and They might be working at a TV station in a small town in the valley, but their roommate works at Target and makes more money.
Exactly. That's a lot of truth to that. A lot of truth to that.
I know a local reporter here at one of the local TV stations that also drives Uber.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
It's absolutely
right now,
true. Yes.
today.
Yes.
They work less hours, too.
I believe it. It's not how it used to be. Now, when I first got in, it was great. I mean, it was still on the tail end of the good times, but it steadily just, started coming down.
Now,
I was fortunate.
Juan Garcia says y'all have to chug a beer and take a shot after every tee shot during your Golden Tee tournament.
Now, Juan, why would we do that?
Why wouldn't we?
Well, because we're going to be on the air.
Oh, yeah. Well, because we're still working. Are we doing this on the air or after the show?
Dude, I don't know.
I didn't read the email from Tim, so
I don't know.
No
we'll
idea.
have to find out the rules. But I'm looking
we're
forward to
making
it.
up the rules.
We can just make it up
now.
right now. Well,
Yes.
then I think we should do it on the air. Because Pledge is going to come out.
Well, wait a minute.
The Slackers.
Because he don't want to be. He's taking time off. We do it on the air while you're working.
Right.
Well, I mean, if I'm doing play-by-play, it's got to be while we're on the air.
Exactly.
But that also eliminates the alcohol portion of it.
It does.
And I've seen you on a golf course. You play far better when you're drinking.
I actually do.
Well, yes. Or you're a lot more tolerable to watch while I'm drinking. I don't know. One of the two is a true statement.
I just don't get as upset. That was a bad shot. It's okay. Bowling, darts, and golf. You get better the more you drink.
This is true.
Yes, it's absolutely factually true.
Well, there's sports designed for drinking.
Absolutely, yes.
Which is why I think we all appreciate them.
I'm a pretty good beer pong guy, too, by the way.
Again, a sport you get better
the
more
beer
you've
pong?
been drinking.
Yeah.
I like
they
beer
got that
pong.
at Slackers, too.
Well, man.
I can kick your ass at that after we play golf.
Wow.
You see these youngsters?
I know it.
No respect.
Oh, Pledge. Better wait, Pledge. He's gonna challenge you to a big old game of Miss Pac-Man or Centipede before long.
You're damn right. What was one of those? Now, Pac-Man I was never that good at.
Really?
No, Pac-Man I wasn't that great.
Kill at Pac-Man.
What's the Missile
Space
Command? You
Invaders?
remember Missile Command?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was good at that one.
And Space Invaders?
Dude, in college. It was when all those things were first coming out.
God, you're old.
We had a place called Good Time Charlie's in San Marcos.
So you're not talking about the place with the chicken fried steaks down on Broadway?
No, Good Time Charlie's. That's the name of a bar.
Huh.
They didn't serve food, but they served a lot of drinks. They had all the video games, man, all of them. Galaga's another good one. Bob Martin on our YouTube channel just put up. Galaga was a good one.
Yar's Revenge.
Who?
Yar's Revenge. On
I have
Atari.
no clue what that is. Donkey Kong was a good one too. You remember Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
that was a
original?
good one. Yeah. That was fun.
Pitfall on Atari?
Oh,
We're
yeah.
playing Pitfall forever?
Sam, I never was into home video games. I like going.
Well, it's because you were in college when Atari came out. I was 10. I mean, it was a big deal in the early 80s when we got the first Atari system.
I will say, yeah, that first one with the little tennis thing with the little paddle.
It's called Pong.
Ding, ding, ding. That was fun. Golly, man. Some of these things.
Video games have come a long way.
They've come a long way.
Remember like NHL 94? NFL 94?
Yes.
Sure.
A game's still goated.
You don't remember that?
No, not really. And Mario Kart. Used to play that with the kids all the time. I like Mario Kart. Yeah, that's a good one.
So Thursday, join us out at Slackers
for Golden Tee,
the North Star location. And if you're a Golden Tee type, your chance to win a foursome or a golf tournament, which is this coming Monday, damn near sold out. SASportsStar.com to get your foursome signed up for the golf tournament coming up on Monday. The NFL power rankings are out. No surprise, the Dallas Cowboys are no longer number one, but how much did the loss to Arizona cost them in those rankings? We'll talk about it next on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, injuries happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. On-site x-ray casting and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com. That's tsaog.com.
It's R&R in the morning.
Wednesday on R&R in the morning, it is Wimby Wednesday. We're a week away from training camp, and we cannot wait. And who's the best undefeated football team in college? I think it's all up for grabs.
Doc Garrett stops by for the injury update, and Zeke comes back to Dallas. Is he going to eat? We'll talk about it. The party starts at 6.
It's your wake-up call. R&R in the morning, 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Have you gotten your hands on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB yet? Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds offer big, bold flavors like sea salt and cracked black pepper, spicy dill, and Korean barbecue. Bonus, you're going to love the low-carb, high-protein, bacony crunch. Pick up your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB today. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous. Learn more at southernrecipesmallbatch.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks NyQuil High Blood Pressure for fast, powerful nighttime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. NyQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks NyQuil High Blood Pressure. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold, and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
Snap into action this NFL season with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action. The app is so easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, spreads, player props, over-unders, and more. So visit FanDuel.com/win and kick off the NFL season. That's FanDuel.com/win. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Must be present in a state where lawful to wager, must be 21 plus and present in select states. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino LLC. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG in Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Tennessee, and Virginia. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342 in Arizona, 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana. 1-800-522-4700 or visit KSGamblingHelp.com in Kansas. 1-877-770-STOP in Louisiana. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net in West Virginia or call 1-800-522-4700 in Wyoming. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelpma.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
It's the Mike McCarthy Show every Friday morning at 7 and 9 with R&R in the morning.
I'm all about winning. So when it has to do with winning, then it's part of our operation, our messaging, and our outlook.
A look at the Cowboys' upcoming game presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nice. Little Alice in Chains. They're playing tonight in the Alamo Dome with Guns N' Roses.
Wow. That'll be a fun show.
Dude, I cannot wait.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun show.
And I'm more geeked about Alice in Chains, honestly. I'm excited for Guns N' Roses, but Jerry Cantrell is one of my favorites.
So your wife will, that'd be her second consecutive day in the Alamo Dome.
Correct. She went to see Pink last night.
Yeah, so did my wife.
Yes, they went together.
Yeah.
Thankfully, so we didn't have to go.
Exactly right. You know what? It was a great day with 2 football games on. Dude. Man, just swallowing up some pizza and watching football. It was great.
And that's it. I mean, and dinner was provided for us yesterday. Well, kind of. Lunch was provided for us, but you and I were like, well, our wives are going out tonight. We're idiots and didn't plan on like going out together and doing something. We both just went home to empty houses to watch football because that's a rare thing to get to do.
It's nice.
And quite honestly, a treat every now and then.
Yes.
But Round Table Pizza brought us some pizza yesterday.
They did.
For lunch. But we saved it and took it home for dinner. Of course, after Pledge got his fair share, because Friday, the Blitz sorta is going to be out at Round Table Pizza. Reinagel is going to be at Round Table Pizza. I will be at a stadium getting ready for a high school game of the week. But Round Table Pizza celebrating their 1-year anniversary. Pizza, wings, garlic twist, beer. They have it all there. They've got some great specials. Round Table Pizza. They give me a weird address. It's 410 and Blanco over there in the Park North Shopping Center.
Right. It's right over there. And you guys got to check this out and come out and see this, because if you're watching us on YouTube right now, that's how Jason and I are going to communicate to each other on Friday.
You know, I guess I've never done this before.
I have not, but I think it's going to be interesting.
You know, during COVID, we learned we can do a radio show as a show,
right,
with multiple people and not in the same location. So when Round Table said, you know, we're having our 1-year party on Friday, we want the Blitz to be there, and you know, we typically don't do that on Friday because we're at a stadium. But you know, so you said, well, there's pizza and beer, Minix, you're screwed. I'm going to Round Table Pizza.
Yeah,
right?
There's no question about it. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. So come out and join me, half of the Blitz, at Round Table Pizza on Friday. We'll have some fun.
Enjoy the pizza and the beer. I will be waiting for the concession stand to open to get a Frito pie
or a chili
Heroes.
Thing over those Fritos. How do you put that?
Somehow I think Spence is going to end up at Round Table Pizza as that dude last week showed up at the stadium.
Really?
At the stadium. I don't know when he got there, but all of a sudden, you know, the game had started. We were in the middle of the first quarter, and I look over my shoulder, and Tim Spence was standing in the booth. And he said he wanted to try the corn chip and chili cheese thing.
That's it.
And so we were in a commercial, and I was like, Well, dude, you better go now, because if you wait till halftime, you're going to be in line the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And then we never saw Spence again. And I don't know, at one point, I must have been Monday. It's like, dude, you disappeared from the game. What did you do? Well, I went down there. There was like 50 people in line. And, I kept telling these schools I don't want to donate to their scholarship programs. And I'm waiting in line. Hell, I could go buy all the ingredients at HEB and go home and make it myself.
Yeah,
and that's what he did. And it's not the same.
Spence, it is not the same. Look, you got to go back to a stadium and get the real deal.
And you stand in line.
Yes.
You enjoy the atmosphere at a high school football game. That's what you do. He was thinking he could just run down there, place an order, and then come back to the press box and eat in the booth. Come on, dude. And I think the real reason is he realized there was no chair for him in the booth. He would have had to stand for the whole game. And it might have been a little too warm for him to sit outside in the stands. And if he couldn't be in the air-conditioned booth with a comfortable chair in view of the game, because looking at the back of my head or John Robbins' head or Rudy J's head is not quite the same, and he wasn't going to stand for 3 hours. That game that ultimately went to overtime. And I blame Rudy J for it going to overtime.
Yeah, I heard Rudy say that he got in trouble.
Did he say that this morning?
He did. He
or
said
yesterday? Boy, this game smells like triple overtime. Like, shut up, Rudy. You don't say that.
He claims he'll never say it again.
No, he won't. Not if he wants to keep his gig.
I'm going to call in Friday.
You're going to be on the show.
Well, I'm going to use the O word many times on Friday during the show. That's going to be the code word.
Well, your O word and Rudy's O word are two very different things.
No. Overtime.
Well, you can say it. You're not a part of the broadcast.
Oh.
I mean, it's only when you're in the middle of the game.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's like bringing up a no-hitter in the fifth inning.
See, I know.
You just don't do it.
I know where to get a chair and stick it in the press box. So, I guess some people don't know how to do that.
I mean,
but we were Comalander.
No, we were heroes where there is no extra room.
Huge. Yes, there is.
Not in our booth. Now, there was an empty booth next to us, and apparently Spence didn't realize that because, he didn't bother to check. I'm assuming.
I would have found some room. So my point is, where are you at this week?
Heroes.
Heroes again.
Yeah, I think.
No, you can stick that chair.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, dude. Our booth is not like a place to go hang out. That is a working press box.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Okay. You forget who you're talking to.
Look, I'm not going to make room for you at the counter.
Well, I don't want to
be
at
to
the
stand
counter.
behind us.
Yeah,
that's
of course,
fine.
That's fine.
And
I'll just stand back there, and every commercial I'll say overtime.
Somehow I think the last place I'm going to find a Joe Reinagle on a Friday night is at a high school football game.
That is a winning bet, my friend.
Now that you have retired and you don't have to go.
You know what's sad about that, Jason, is that somebody asked me a question the other day about high school football, and I'm like, man, I used to be an expert on the high school football scene in San Antonio, and now it's like, I said, I don't know. And it felt weird. It felt really weird. I've got to start studying up the high school football because people still ask. And
well, of course,
I kind of need to know what the hell.
People still remember the billboard campaign that Ken's Five did that said Joe knows.
Exactly.
And you got asked the dumbest questions and everybody expected you to know because the billboard said.
Yeah.
You should know who the better teams are.
I really should.
Football.
I mean, with all that TV money I made.
That's it. Now with all the big time radio money.
Exactly.
I mean, the one thing you should do is, I don't know, read the paper. Or the
internet. Do they have the paper?
Read the internet. Keep up with stuff. Listen.
You talk about a luxury that we don't have anymore. You know how great it was to go get the damn newspaper, pull out the sports page, and go to a nice quiet room.
Well, yeah,
it was fantastic.
It was.
A lot of people don't know that pleasure.
See, and I kind of don't like taking my phone, but
well, you have to.
You have to now.
It's pretty boring if you don't.
Well, get in and get out. You don't really need to be in there for a long time.
But there's no fun in
mean,
that.
It depends on how many Frito pies you've had. But the reality is,
there's no fun in that.
Yeah.
You get caught up in reels and oh wait, it's been 30 minutes.
No need to wipe. It's dry now.
Yeah, Maggie text me. Are you okay? Everything all right?
Wow.
You've been gone a long time. Holy cow.
Churchill Roosevelt, our high school game of the week, by the way.
All right.
Brought to you by Frost and Hill Electric. Should be a good game.
Should be. Roosevelt. They're playing really well. This I know.
I mean, they got hammered pretty good Friday night by Johnson.
Oh, they did.
They did. They played well for the first half.
You see, I got to study up. I appreciate you trying to be nice there. Well, who the hell just beat Brandeis in your triple overtime game?
We had it was not a triple overtime game. It was one overtime
One
game.
overtime.
It was Madison that beat Brandeis in overtime, 24-21.
Madison, Roosevelt, what's the difference?
Well, one's off O'Connor and Stall Road, and the other one's 35 and Weidner.
I know where they're at, honestly.
Or Walsham.
I was just saying it.
Yeah.
I know where they're at. I used to live by Madison High School.
Back in the day.
As did you.
Dude, back in the day. Remember one time at your house up there in Valley Forge?
Oh, my gosh.
Ryan Eagle, for whatever reason, called me, and I forget, was it, might have been Milton Hope.
Probably
to come
was.
help hang a ceiling fan.
Yeah.
And we hung that ceiling fan, and it might have stayed up for about 38 seconds
Oh, my
before
gosh.
it came crashing down.
Yeah, but the old saying about, monkeys with a football.
Dude, that was, your wife was so mad.
Holy cow. Dude, that was 100 years ago.
It really
man.
was.
Man.
I've never tried to put up a ceiling fan since.
I don't anymore. It's like I don't want to put up a ceiling fan.
No, but
or anything else for that matter.
I'm just glad we experimented at your house.
Yeah, thanks. Valley Forge. Holy cow. That was a long time ago. Yeah, I rented that house for about 10 years. They loved me. They hated it.
I was
going to
say, yeah. That wasn't one of the smarter financial moves you've made in your life.
No, it wasn't. But
then again,
it's a great neighborhood back in the day. Yeah, I need to drive over there. I want to see if that's
house is still there.
If it's still there, yeah.
Yeah, I was in that area not long ago. I didn't go by your old house, but I used to live off O'Connor and I don't even remember the street name. It's right by the Madison band parking lot.
Yeah, you were just right down O'Connor because I lived off O'Connor too.
And Stall, and then you go that neighborhood right behind the gas station.
Yeah,
that first right. Forget what was the name of that street.
I have no idea.
I don't know. It was right across
Misty
from
Bend. It was Misty Bend. I used to live on Misty Bend.
Yeah, I lived right off O'Connor, and I guess it was Valley Forge. I don't know what the name of the street was. Man, that was a long time ago.
There's a new good barbecue spot right over there.
Is that
That's
right?
where I was over in that area called D. Willie's.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a good barbecue joint.
Off O'Connor or what?
Yeah, O'Connor and I mean they've changed that whole area, but O'Connor and 35 right there.
Wow.
That nightclub that's been a gazillion things, and D. Willie's is right in there.
Oh, okay.
Good stuff.
All right.
It's what we're here for, people.
It is, yes. A little walk down memory lane there for all of you. You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. So Zeke Elliott makes his return.
He does.
And Cowboys Patriots this week could be pretty interesting. I know Joe Reinagle gives zero credit to the fact that the Patriots just happened to sign Will Grier off the Bengals practice squad after the Cowboys let him go when they made that unexplainable trade for Trey Lance.
Because after all, he sucks. So I'm sure they just got him for intel.
Well, and I like Will Grier.
Mm-hmm.
You and I talked about this last year. I thought Will Grier beat out Cooper Rush in training camp
He
and
did.
probably would have won the job had he not gotten hurt in the preseason.
I believe
last
that,
year,
yes.
Right? When I look at, and I said when they signed him, Will Grier is there maybe he ends up being a decent player for them, maybe not. But the intel that Bill Belichick will try to get out of him. You have poo-pooed that theory since I said it.
Poo-poo.
Poo-poo. Brian Schottenheimer is the Cowboys' non-play calling offensive coordinator that apparently does a weekly press conference. And listen carefully to the words that Schotty uses while talking about the intel that Will and Zeke, but Will being a quarterback, what they might provide the Patriots this week.
Yeah, we're always aware of it. Those are things that we monitor every week, but certainly we know Will knows where a lot of the bones are buried. Zeke obviously does as well. So those are things you talk about. And you think about, okay, let's adjust this one. We certainly have more than one hand signal for most of our core concepts. And sometimes, babe, as you know, you can use it to your advantage because they think that they know what's coming and they hear something. They think, oh, hey, it's this. And we're smart enough to adjust those things. So, again, everybody does it. You get a player that's been somewhere, you bring them in, you talk to them about different things. And then you're very selective about how much you put into it. And so, again, excited to see Will. It'd be great to see him, but I'm sure he's definitely being interrogated and probably spending a lot of late nights with their defensive coaching staff.
Interrogated.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine Will Greer strapped to a chair in the Patriots facility with the light shining in his eyes. Tell me what they mean here. Tell me, what does this mean? What's that signal? Let's go over all the hand signals.
Well, if they're doing that, it's a complete waste of time. And Will Greer probably got better things to do. So does Bill Belichick and everybody else.
Oh, yeah, because this never happens.
Well, I'm sure it happens, but the Cowboys aren't stupid. Okay, they realize who's coming to town this week. Zeke and Will Greer. Oh, as Shotty just said, guess what? They know where the bones are buried. Maybe we'll change this to this to this to this to this.
Well, they can't change it all.
And
and that's it. They can't change it all.
They can change the signals in the way that they do some things. They can do that.
Yeah.
They're smart. I'm sure New England's just going to roll in and bury the Cowboys because, I mean, after all, Will Greer and Zeke Elliott know where the bones are buried.
You know, if it helps them on a couple of plays here on a 3rd and long and they get a sack because they recognized a
because the offensive line sucks. That's why.
I mean, don't let facts get in the way of a good story here. I mean, let's be honest. But also, I mean, the return of Zeke. And I think last week, and maybe even the week before, I'm not saying that they made a mistake moving on from Zeke, but they didn't replace Zeke.
Right.
We talked about this all offseason. These short yardage situations, do they have the right guys in the running back room? I mean, we even were talking about it in Oxnard. That additional running back, we knew it wasn't going to be Ronald Jones. But they don't have that short yardage guy, whether it be a Leonard Fournette or that big back that can get you into the end zone. You think about Zeke last year. He wasn't the same, but he scored a lot of touchdowns because he's still good in short yardage situations. RG3, one of Copper's Cove's finest, now an analyst with ESPN, brought that up on Get Up.
Job when you pay a quarterback a lot of money is to protect him, right? So if Dak's reluctant to use his legs in those situations and they don't want to do, really organized quarterback runs out there for him, I don't have a problem with that. The problem I have is it felt like 2 or 3 years, everyone at this network and around the world was talking about Zeke being washed.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is the Dallas Cowboys miss Zeke right now. Right, last year he was 17 for 21 on 3rd and 4th down conversions, short yardage situations. In the red zone, when you have a hammer like Ezekiel Elliott, it can take a lot of pressure off of the quarterback. That's not the only thing that they miss. These guys have the personnel to go out and get guys open. We're talking about Brandon Cooks and CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup. These guys aren't slouches, but what they are missing is a tight end in the red zone. They need that body presence to give them that mismatch. And the only guy out there right now that I feel like they could go get would be to go trade for Kyle Pitts in Atlanta. And I don't know what they're going to have to give up to get him. I don't know what they're going to have to give up to get him, but that would give them that tight end, that Jason Witten type that they're missing right now to create those mismatches in the red zone.
Boy, and now as we come back from Fantasyland, RG, let's get into a real conversation here. Sure, why don't we just go out and get, I don't know, we'll trade for Patrick Mahomes. Let's do that. Okay, Come on, let's go. We'll go trade for Patrick Mahomes and everything will be perfect.
Now,
I love RG3, but that was one of the dumbest comments I think I've ever heard.
It tells me the need for having the hammer type in the red zone.
They've got that. The problem, Jason, is that Mike McCarthy doesn't trust the guys that he has. Tony Pollard was banging.
He was.
Give him the foot. Put Hunter Lupke in front of him. Or hand the ball to Lupke.
Or let Schoonmaker block from the tight end position.
Something.
There's something you could do, but it does, whether it's a short yardage running back or doing something different in your short yardage running game, they need to do that. It also underscores a lot of people besides Joe Reinagle think there are issues in the tight end room. Now, to be fair, Jane Slater from the NFL Network, who joins us every Wednesday, tweeted out that she did reach out to the Atlanta Falcons just to see if Kyle Pitts was something on the market. Maybe RG3 heard something and they laughed at her.
Why would he be on the market? The Atlanta Falcons are 2-1.
They are. I mean, you never know, right?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, but it's dumb. But Jane Slater, good reporter, heard that, followed up on it. There's nothing to it. We're not going to get a Kyle Pitts.
Not.
But the issues at tight end and in the running back room are part of the issues in the red zone.
I think I'm going to say this, the issue is the lack of trust from Mike McCarthy to the players that he has on the field, including his quarterback. He's got no trust in any of those people. Tony Pollard, I finished so many runs on Sunday where he got 2-3 yards extra because he was banging in there.
He was.
Trust
the 20.
And let them do their jobs.
And quit getting cute.
Yes.
In the red zone.
That's the problem. They've got the personnel. Trust them, Mike McCarthy.
You got to quit kicking field goals. That's for sure. And I will say this, though. On Sunday, as the Cowboys get ready to play the Patriots and you open up your Underdog Fantasy app, you go look and you see how many points and how many field goals they have for Aubrey. And whatever that number is, I would probably go higher because that's been the trend for the Dallas Cowboys. If you don't have the Underdog Fantasy app yet, what are you waiting for? It makes your game watching experience so much more entertaining because while it is fantasy, you can win real money and it is legal in the great state of Texas. I love playing the pick'em game where you pick between 2 and 5 players to build your entry, and you can win up to 20 times your money in a single game if you go 5 for 5. You could go 2 of 2, 3 of 3. You could even insure your pick. So if you say have 5 and you get 4 right, you still win some money, not the same amount, but you win some. It's a lot of fun and adds a lot of excitement to your game watching experience. And it's easy on their mobile app or go to the website underdogfantasy.com. Sign up using my promo code STAR and Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. New customers will also have a mystery special pick live in their Pick'em lobby, which is going to be a player at a half yard in your Pick'em lobby. So they're helping you out there. Again, promo code STAR at UnderdogFantasy.com or go download the Underdog Fantasy app. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or go to ncpgambling.org. Go download the Underdog Fantasy app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com. Just remember to use my promo code STAR.
The Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, presents
94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, Monday, October 2nd at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now for $120 per person or $400 per foursome. Plus, a hole-in-one shot for your chance at $50,000 or a $1,000 gift card. 94.1 San Antonio's Fall Golf Classic, benefiting the Lupus Foundation of America, Lone Star Chapter. Presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Flight by Yingling, Twin Peaks, Renewal by Anderson, Meritage Homes, and Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Attention taxpayers. Ready for some bad news? With $80 billion in new funding from Congress, the IRS has launched their most aggressive hiring campaign ever to ramp up enforcement. If you're ignoring your taxes, don't delay another minute because your paycheck, your bank account, even your home or business could already be at risk. Now, here's the good news. Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm, can get to work immediately helping to protect you from the IRS. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their tax attorneys and licensed professionals are experts at resolving tax problems. Let them help determine if you qualify for the Fresh Start Initiative or other powerful IRS tax assistance programs. Take control. Call Optima Tax Relief now for a free consultation.
Call 800-970-3199. That's 800-970-3199. 800-970-3199.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium is here. Switch to my plan from Verizon at your local store today, and you'll get the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro on us with Unlimited Ultimate when you trade in any iPhone, any model, any condition. Guaranteed. Yep, even the old phone in your pocket right now. It's your Verizon. $999.99, 128 gigabyte only. Device payment purchase or full retail purchase with new smartphone line on Unlimited Ultimate plan required. Less $1,000 trade-in or promo credit applied over 36 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR.
MVP's bonus days are back at Lowe's. Shop the largest selection of Klein tools and get 5 times the bonus points. Plus, right now, buy a DeWalt Power Stack battery kit and get a select DeWalt Bear tool free, up to a $249 value. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Valid 9/18 through 9/29. Subject to change. DeWalt offer valid through 10/11.
Find the brands, inspiration, and great value you need to own your style at Macy's VIP sale. Going on now. Use your coupon or Macy's card and take an extra 30% off fall trends and updates. Plus 15% off go-to beauty, skincare, and fragrances. Plus shop specials and find great deals on top brands at Macy's VIP sale. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Get the one and done you want for your dog's monthly protection. New NexGard Plus, a Foxalon moxidectin, and pyrantel chewable tablets. Protects against fleas, ticks, heartworm disease, roundworms, and hookworms. All in one delicious beef-flavored soft chew. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Dogs should be tested for existing heartworm infection prior to starting a preventive. Ask your vet about new NexGard Plus chews.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Nobody brings you more value in fine jewelry than Diamonds Direct, and they're proving it again by rolling back interest rates to 0%. But you need to hurry. Now through Sunday only, you can make any purchase and spread your payments over 5 years with an unheard of interest rate of 0.0%. A $6,000 ring is just $100 a month. But hurry, this radical offer ends Sunday at 5 p.m. Don't miss this once-a-year blockbuster deal. Hurry, 5 years, 0 interest financing. Get details and more at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. Approved credit.
This is Jim Rome. Have a take, don't suck on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM, Floresville.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Former Cowboys wide receiver Simi Fehoko signs with the Los Angeles Chargers. They needed a receiver after they lost Mike Williams for the season with a torn ACL. Cowboys still feeling the heat from Sunday's loss to the Cardinals. Boys fall in most power rankings all the way to number 6. And Connor Wegman, Texas A&M starting quarterback, he's going to be out 2 to 4 weeks, according to Jimbo Fisher.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Happy Tuesday to
Happy
everybody.
Tuesday.
Yes.
Guns N' Roses Day in San Antonio. I just saw a photo on Facebook. The line to get in the Alamo Dome is insane.
So what time does the show begin?
6.
6, but that's going to be some.
Yeah, Dirty Honey.
Oh, you don't want to see them.
They're actually a pretty good band out of L.A.
Dirty Honey.
Dirty Honey.
Yeah, but you don't want to see them. You want to see Alice in Chains.
I want to see Alice in Chains and Guns N' Roses. So doors opened at 4:30. The photo I saw just now on Facebook was probably posted. Well, it was posted. I'm looking at it 37 minutes ago. So it might have been right before they opened the doors at 4:30. Amazing the number of people that are down there early, right as doors open. And probably trying to buy T-shirts and all that other kind of stuff ahead of time.
I'm just really impressed that San Antonio, I mean, back-to-back nights, you get Pink, and then you get Guns N' Roses, and I mean, that's pretty impressive for San Antonio. I'm happy about that.
It is impressive, although I will say this. I was talking to my buddy John over at Awesome Tickets, and he did really well on Pink, but he said that the Guns N' Roses tickets weren't moving the way he thought that they would. So if you're trying to go, call John. He might be able to get you some good tickets. And I've even had some buddies text me, "Hey, are you going? Do you know anybody?" But I think also those that are going, the heavy metal types, bought those tickets so long ago that, it's finally showtime.
Well, I tell you what, John will take care of you.
Yeah.
Man, that guy, yes. And sometimes waiting till the end is better than getting them really early.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Awesome.
When you see where I'm at today, you'll go, damn, I should have called John.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's exactly what you should do. But again, I mean, you're probably 3.5, 4 hours away from Guns N' Roses on the stage.
Right.
I'm hoping Alice in Chains doesn't go on till at least 7:30.
Probably
because we get off work at 6.
So Dirty Honey, or what is it called?
Dirty Honey.
Yeah, they'll probably play an hour, right?
Yeah. I'm an opener, 30, 45 minutes, set change. Alice in Chains goes up, and then set change, and then, which is beer line time. And
I offered to handle the last 30 minutes of the show, and, so you could get down there. And you turned me down.
When did you offer that?
As soon as we started, it's, "Hey, Jason, you want to bug out early, pal? Go."
Well, I
go, nah.
Well, it's because, Joanna will Uber here and then pick me up at 6 and then Uber. Now, if she gets here at 5:40, I might say, "See you, dude." Because, the Uber will be waiting.
Okay.
But
fair enough.
I didn't know that was really an option.
Well, of course it's an option.
Wow.
I'd have done it to you. I said, "Yeah, Jason, I'm going to leave here by 5. Head on down."
Mm-hmm. If it was the old days when we went till 7,
absolutely,
I would have either bugged out early or just taken a day.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Vince, floor seats, row 6, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, Vince.
What
Congrats.
section? We'll be in the same area.
Whoa. Way to go, John.
Row
5. You ain't probably a VIP with Awesome Tickets. I mean, you're probably, a platinum status.
I buy a lot of tickets from John.
Yeah.
And I buy a lot of tickets from John.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think I'm anywhere near close to whatever you just said. Because he's got some that,
They go to all of them.
Yeah. I'm not, I like in the building seats, but I don't necessarily always want to be down on the front row, that sort of thing.
Well,
right?
I'm surprised you got floor seats. Because are you taking your step ladder with you?
Well, no, because, again, John knows what I like, right? So I'm in section D, which is kind of right in the middle on the floor in the front,
right?
But I've got seats 1 and 2, so I can stand in the aisle part.
Okay.
Right?
Well, you're not going to be the only one standing in the aisle.
Well, but there's only a couple rows ahead of me.
Okay.
So, and then there's the pit.
Well, I hope Wemby's not there.
Well, Wemby can stand where he wants, and I don't think he'll be where we are. Although I saw photos on Facebook. Apparently, Greg Popovich was at the Pink Show last night.
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, Pop is kind of he's what's the word I'm looking for? And it's a good word. He's like
he's social.
I guess, but I mean, he likes the arts.
Yes.
That's what I meant.
And Pink is an artist.
She is.
And he's got daughters and granddaughters.
Well, and then there's that.
Yes.
Right. Well, his daughters are older, though. Now, granddaughters.
And still, though, you can.
Sure.
You got older daughters. You could still take them to a show if you wanted.
Well, I could.
I mean.
I'm not saying that I would, but I could.
Had your dad of the year.
I tell you, man.
Just keep cementing that legacy.
How's that if my daughter's 27 years old? Hey, honey, let's go to the movies. Come on.
Well, I mean, you could take your kid to the movies.
I could.
You could take your kid to a concert.
So I could.
I mean,
but why couldn't they take me? Hey, Dad.
Well, how do you know
I got
that,
some tickets to Guns N' Roses tonight.
That Pop's daughter didn't say, assuming he was there with his daughter, that she didn't call them up and say, you know, Dad, basketball season starts next week. I probably won't see as much as we normally do. I want a night out. I'm going to pick you up at 6. I'm not telling you what we're doing, but wear a pink shirt.
Well, and you're paying for it since you're a bazillionaire. And you just signed a great contract. So we'll pick you up, but I need you to.
So
I need your credit
what we're
card to come
hearing
with
from you in reality is you would love to do things with your daughter if you don't have to pay for it.
Well, you know, I'll pay for some things.
Well,
it depends
you
on what
cheap
it is.
Bastard.
It depends on what it is.
What? I mean, you're
Well,
going
I
to a
don't know.
movie. You just said movie as a reference.
I'll do a movie.
Are you too cheap to buy your kid movie popcorn?
No, I'm good with that.
Are you? But a
I'm good with it.
concert? You take your kid to a concert, you buy the tickets, and you know you got to get a T-shirt.
Oh,
Same
sure.
price.
Same thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like, that's not exactly what I'd rather like. Hey, get the families together. We had to go rent a condo in Port A.
Well, you could do
Now,
that
there
too.
you go. See,
You would pay for
That's
that. But a
there you go.
concert, taking your kid out to have a good time?
Well, it depends if it's somebody I want to see.
Oh, that's what. Okay, so bottom line.
Well,
It doesn't matter about your kid and what she wants. It
Yeah,
matters about
absolutely.
you.
Of course.
Dad of the year.
Dude.
Southside Charlie, bail us out, man. You're on the Blitz. What's going on? Charlie.
Hey, Charlie. Wake up.
Charlie.
Poor guy was holding on. He probably fell asleep.
Dude was on hold for 48 minutes.
Oh, man. Charlie. He wasn't a fan of Tyron Smith, is what
it said on the screen.
That's what it said. Time
Yeah.
to get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think Mother Nature will do that just fine. Well, dude's already hurt already, right? He didn't play last week. He's going to get hurt.
But he could have.
Well, I guess.
I mean, they kept saying, at least he was dressed.
He was dressed.
And honestly, I didn't think the offensive line was so bad that they needed to put him into the game.
Right.
Right. I thought the offensive line played pretty well last week from my very lack of ability to judge an offensive line. But I thought ultimately the offensive line wasn't a glaring issue in last week's game against the Arizona Cardinals.
Looking forward to the health report after tomorrow's practice.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. Shireen Williams from Pro Football Talk joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you are shopping for a new vehicle, you need to go see my friends at Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira Itonado complex. I know I've bought many vehicles through the years from Ancira. I know how great their customer service is before, during, and most importantly, after the sale. That great customer service is why Ancira has been a top family-run dealership in San Antonio for decades. And you know Price made Ancira number one. Price keeps Ancira number one. So think Ancira. Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram Truck, part of the Ancira Itonado complex on I-10 West between Wurzbach and Huebner.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. This Sunday, it's the Cowboys and Patriots at 2:30 p.m.
Micah Parsons is on the ball.
And he's still alive.
He's still running. He's still moving with the ball to the 10, to the 5, to the goal line.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney and owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. In the short amount of time I have to talk to you, I want you to remember two things. First, if you or a family member is injured in an auto collision, remember, you need to call an attorney as soon as you can after the collision. I don't have enough time to tell you the many, many reasons why, but trust me, the earlier you contact an attorney, the better. Second, When you call is as important as who you call. I want you to call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400. I've been representing people injured in motor vehicle and trucking collisions for 28 years. Each place their trust in me to do everything it takes to attain a just and fair recovery and to get honest, trustworthy legal advice. You can trust me to do the same for you. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400 or at my website, alawyerforus.com.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
Are you playing in our Fall Golf Classic? We're expecting another sold-out tournament. Join the Blitz live at Slackers this Thursday to win your way in. We're going live at 2, and our Golden Tee tournament starts at 6. And the champ is winning a team of 4 to our Fall Golf Classic. It's this Thursday at Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar, the North Star location, for your chance to win a team of 4 to our Fall Golf Classic and a 4-pack to the WWE SmackDown this Thursday.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FIND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey guys, do you know what makes Revive Men's Health San Antonio different? You. Every Revive treatment and medication is personalized just for you. Revive has the experts that guys go to when their current treatment isn't working. They have a complicated medical condition, or they're just not happy with their daily performance. Since 2011, they've helped thousands of local men suffering with the symptoms of low T and ED. Their goal is simple: to get to the bottom of your issues and fix them. Your best performance requires more than generic ED medications or a low-dose testosterone booster at a low-ball price like you find online. Revive medications are custom compounded, affordable, and guaranteed to resolve your issues. Stop dealing with the symptoms of low T or ED. Book your free T-check and exam and save $199 today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit us at revivemenshealth.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Cowboys laid an egg on Sunday. Shireen Williams from Pro Football Talk joining us now to talk about it on the Buyers Barricades guest line. A couple of days to digest what we saw on Sunday. Is your conclusion, Shireen, changed from Sunday afternoon to how you're feeling now?
Not really. I mean, it was disappointing because they look like the same old Cowboys. They get you built up and you think they're Super Bowl contenders, and they go and lay an egg in Arizona, which probably is going to end up with the top 5 pick in the draft come next April. So, you know, it was just a really bad performance, and the type of performance that you can't afford to have if you want to go win the division. I mean, you know, Philadelphia hasn't looked great in 3 games, but guess what? They're 3-0. That's all that matters is 3 wins. Everybody had the Cowboys hyped above the Eagles. The Eagles haven't looked, oh my gosh, the Eagles haven't looked good. They haven't looked good. They're beatable. Guess what? They haven't been beaten. They show up. Their defense travels, as Clarence Hill likes to say. Cowboys defense didn't travel. And it makes you worry if you're a Cowboys fan about what the rest of the schedule holds. I mean, these next 2 games are kind of dicey.
Boy, especially, Shireen, when you look at the run defense again, and that's been a problem for them. Watching that Philadelphia game last night, my goodness, DeAndre Swift was just running through holes big enough to drive a car through, and that's what they're going to face. I'm curious to get your thoughts, though. Jason and I were talking about this and switching to the offense and the red zone offense. I get the feeling that Mike McCarthy at this point in time just doesn't trust some of the players that he has. And I say that because I thought Tony Pollard was running hard and physical on Sunday, but yet he doesn't give him an opportunity in the red zone.
I think they miss Ezekiel Elliott. I think they miss Amari Cooper. I think they don't have a ton of red zone options to throw to. They did hit the screen pass, and it was a great play. Their first screen pass touchdown since 2019, I think it was. So that was a great play call down there in the red zone. But yeah, their options really are limited. I don't want to go back 2 years, but I'm going to go back 2 years because can you imagine this offense with Amari Cooper?
Oh,
wow.
I
mean, Brandon Cooks is okay, but if you have Amari Cooper on this offense right now, I just think they're tons better. I think that's just part of the problem is they don't have good red zone options. They don't have a Mike Evans. You saw him drop the passes last night. You saw him make the big catch and at the end of the game. I get it, but he made the catch in the end zone. It just shows my point of he's a big target in the end zone for a team, and there's tons of receivers like that. Cowboys don't really have that. CeeDee Lamb is not really that guy. But you're right, Pollard's their best weapon down there, and that's probably what they need to do and use Dak's legs. I know he talked about it after the game and into this week. That's what they need to do more of is use his legs and hand the ball off more to Tony Pollard and give him chances to get in the end zone. But, Zeke was that guy last year. They brought him in, and that's something that he was really good at, was scoring down there on the goal line. He was good at it, and they may not miss Zeke for many other things, but I think they do miss him for those short yardage and red zone situations.
Shireen Williams from Pro Football Talk joining us here on the Blitz. And I know defense was awful. Offense moved the ball well between the 20s. Dak throws the interception late, which ended all hope, and he's taking a ton of criticism as it can't pick up the team. Defense didn't play well. Offense, Dak didn't carry them over the finish line. But when watching the game, and I didn't think Dak was awful, although that interception was, but I didn't see the receivers getting open. Now, I don't know about you, but I got to look and see who those secondary guys are in Arizona. There's not a bunch of Hall of Famers out there. Why could those Cowboys, even on scramble drills, those Cowboy receivers got zero separation? Where was Dak supposed to throw the football?
It's a great question, and missing 3 offensive linemen, it's not like he had all day to throw it anyway. I just think if those offensive linemen had been playing, he would have had more time, and maybe they do create that separation that you're talking about. It wasn't there. There's no question about that. It wasn't there. They just all around did not play well, and you wonder if they did eat the cheese, so to speak. The Bill Parcells saying he used to put the mouse traps up in the locker room when the Cowboys would play a team that they were favored to beat by double digits, as the Cowboys were favored to beat the Cardinals by double digits. He would hang those mouse traps and say, don't eat the cheese. Don't listen to people saying you're all that in a bag of chips. Go out and play. Be ready to play this game. All across the board, I didn't think the Cowboys were ready to play this game. Offensively, defensively, special teams, nothing. To me, they did not look ready to play in any phase of the game, and it's why they lost 28-16.
Shireen, do you think that it's just going to take a little time and maybe we're not patient enough for Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott and the rest of that offense to get on the same page with what he's trying to call?
Well, I think those big wins in the first 2 weeks, when you go back and you think about how they scored, defensively, special teams, all that contributed to it. The turnovers they got against the Jets, not getting in the end zone and some of the red zone things we talked about on the show, and y'all said, is there a level of concern? I was like, nah, they're going to be okay. Now I think there is that level of concern because it has cost them a game. In 2 games now, you're seeing those red zone woes. So whatever it is, maybe it does take some time. I don't know, but they managed to win those first 2 weeks with the defense and the special teams playing really, really well, and the offense not having to do a lot, playing conservatively. That's a great way to play. But this week they needed their offense to play well, and they really didn't play well. They really didn't show up when they needed them most. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is those first 2 weeks kind of glazed over some of the problems that this offense does have, and maybe it is a matter of time. I don't know. This is what I expected this offense to do the first week because they didn't play in the preseason. And again, the 40-0 victory kind of just covered that up, and the offense just didn't have to do that much. Well, this game they had to do a lot, and they didn't show up, and they didn't do what they needed to do. So I do think there is a level of concern there absolutely going forward. What can this offense do when the defense doesn't show up, when the defense needs you to score some points? Are you going to be able to do that? I do think that is a concern right now after 3 games. And it's weird to say that, 70 points in the first 2 games, but after 16 against the Cardinals, you have those concerns.
Serene Williams from Pro Football Talk here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Patriots coming to Dallas. And again, if you've watched or just seen the scores of New England, they're not the Tom Brady Patriots, clearly, but it's Bill Belichick, and they're crafty. They know what to do. And Schottenheimer was talking yesterday about, Will Grier getting interrogated by the defensive coaches, the fact that Zeke has so much corporate knowledge of the way the Cowboys do things. How much does that really factor in? Like, how much do you think Will Grier can share with the Patriots that will be used to the Patriots' advantage on Sunday?
Well, I do think they're going to change their hand signals, and they need to. I think that's one thing that the Patriots can get out of knowledge that both of those guys have about the Cowboys' offense. Other than that, I've overblown, but it is Bill Belichick, so you always kind of go, well, maybe since it's Bill Belichick, because he's just so detail oriented, as we know, and so there may be things that they can tell Bill Belichick that maybe other coaches wouldn't pick up on, quite as good as what Bill Belichick can. But I don't think it's a ton. I think changing those signals, the hand signals on offense, is one thing that we'll do. Other than that, I don't know that it really plays that huge of a part.
Shireen, I've got to ask you, just changing the subject a little bit. Obviously, a lot of talk with the New York Jets and their quarterback. And Joe Namath comes out today and really just kind of rips not only the Zach Wilson, but the administration, if you will, the managers there. What do you think about an ex-player, the caliber of Joe Namath, coming out and saying stuff like that?
Well, they're obviously have some clout, and when Hall of Famers, best quarterback in team history, the Jets case, come out and say stuff, I think people listen to it, and I think it's the same feeling that a lot of Jets fans have right now. They don't understand why the team hasn't gone out and gotten another quarterback, and they haven't, and they're not going to, at least not one that's going to replace Zach Wilson. So I think it's just frustration. I think it's his frustration as a Jets fan, forget being a former player, but his frustration as a Jets fan. And when that Jets fan is Joe Namath saying what he said, it's a headline and it's a big deal. And in the Cowboys case, it would be the same thing if a Roger Staubach or a Troy Aikman or Emmitt Smith or Michael Irvin came out and criticized the Cowboys for something like that. I think it's the exact same thing. And I think people would take notice of that. It would be headlines in Dallas, Fort Worth, and all around Texas, and it'd be a big deal. So that they've earned the chance to speak about the team, no question about it. Some of them do it for a living in Troy Aikman's case, but Joe Namath has earned the right to say whatever he wants to say about the team. But I think it was said as a Jets fan, and because it was Joe Namath saying it, obviously it became the headline. But I'm guarantee you 99.999% of Jets fans feel the exact same way.
Yeah, I think maybe even more than that. I don't know. Shireen, we've all watched a lot of football. 70 points in an NFL game. 70. How does Sean Payton wake up this week?
Yeah, wondering what he got himself into. I had that game. That was pretty incredible. And obviously could have set the record if that's what they wanted to do, and they chose not to do that out of respect to the Broncos, and it was probably the right thing to do. Although Dolphins fans at the stadium obviously made it clear that they wanted at least 3 more points to set the regular season record, if not the touchdown. So, but they didn't do that. But I've never seen anything like that. None of us have ever seen anything like that. It was just a pretty incredible offensive performance, and I think if you're the Broncos and you're Sean Payton, you do wake up and go, oh my God, what is this rebuilding process going to be like? Like, I didn't expect this. He said before the season that I'm not going to use the exact words he said, but that he was going to be disappointed is the word I'll use if they didn't make the playoffs, that he expected to make the playoffs. This is not a playoff team, and they're far from it. And it's going to be a long rebuild. And I'm sure when he woke up Monday morning, he realized, probably didn't sleep much Sunday night, but he realized what he'd gotten himself into and how long this thing's going to be. You thought, well, maybe I don't have the quarterback, but I'll find that out this year and we can move on from Russell Wilson after this year and I can get my guy in after this year. Well, now you look at it and you're like, it's more than the quarterback. Like, they got tons of problems on this team. And they're not all going to be fixed overnight. They're not all going to be fixed in one off season. So there's going to be a process for this team. And he probably should have, frankly, not gone into that division where you got to play Patrick Mahomes twice. But these coaches, Matt Rule is another example, probably shouldn't have gone in Nebraska. They all want to get back in. I might not get another opportunity. Well, guess what? Wait for the right opportunity. Sit out until you think you can get with the team that you can either win a national championship with, or in Sean Payton's case, win a Super Bowl with. This is not a Super Bowl team, and it's not going to be for a really long time.
No, and I kept thinking Sean was going to wait for the Chargers job to open up, which now he probably wishes he would have waited for it. Now, you think about the Denver Broncos. This week, they have the thrilling matchup with the Chicago Bears. Wow. How do you?
We've got 2 of those winless teams playing each other. There's 2 of those matchups this week. It's pretty good. The Panthers and Vikings play each other as well.
Yeah, but that one at least could be kind of interesting. Maybe at least the Vikings will get there. I mean, I'm wondering, honestly, did the odds maker sit there and go, can we go with a line of 5.5 in a potential field goal battle between the Bears and the Broncos?
Oh my gosh.
Well, and the Broncos are favored after giving up 70 points. That's what's so astonishing.
The Bears.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. It's going to be interesting. Shireen, always appreciate it. Make sure you follow Shireen on Twitter at NFL Shireen. Thanks. We'll talk to you next Tuesday.
Thank you, guys.
Shireen Williams on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. If you're having any issues at your house with your plumbing or your AC, you know there's one company to call, and that is Quarterman Plumbing, Heating, and AC at 210-651-5899. They're full service, big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission, sales reps. They'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A+ ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quartermoon, they are green certified. I know you're not thinking about your heater yet. October literally is next week. Now's the time to think about getting your heater checked out. Make sure it's ready for the winter months. Quartermoon has great maintenance programs that ensures your unit is ready for every season. So call them 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
Texas A&M football is on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Saturday at 10 a.m., it's the Aggies and Arkansas Razorbacks in an SEC battle. Presented by Ewald Kubota, Just Pots, ABC Home and Commercial Services, The Angry Elephant, and 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Imagine getting an impressive cash offer on your home and then selling it for more. Yeah, that happens all the time with Orchard. Getting paid more than you thought is Orchard's goal, even in this market. It's simple. Orchard sells homes faster and for more money, with the majority of homes selling in under 30 days. That's right, under 30 days. And Orchard handles everything, including paint, repair, list, and showing your home. And they'll make your listing stand out with price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost to you. And here's my favorite part. You just relax as Orchard and their expert agents do all the work, bringing buyers to you by prepping and promoting your home. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Let Orchard help maximize your sale price. Look, with so many companies trying to lowball you, Orchard works hard to get you top dollar. Want to sell your home for more? I sure would. Learn how to maximize your sale price and get a free valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. So minivans, sedans, JDMs, roll out. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. And with eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides 24/7 compassionate support and connection to trained counselors. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. The Lifeline works. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, just call, text, or chat 988.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
At Fisher Investments, our clients know we have their backs.
How do your clients know that?
Because Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, the highest standard for a financial advisor. It means we're there for our clients and always put their interests first.
So wait, you do it because you have to?
No, we do it because it's the right thing to do. Our clients trust us with their retirement savings, and we know how important that responsibility is. So we take the time to really get to know them.
Get to know them how?
We make sure we understand their unique goals, finances, health, family, and lifestyle so we can tailor their portfolio to their specific needs. Our goal is to help them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Sounds like a big responsibility. You must make big commissions then, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We have one single transparent fee that's structured so we do better when our clients do better. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you are switching to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Join the Blitz live this Friday at Round Table Pizza, located at 842 Northwest Loop 410. Beer, wings, pizza, football. Yeah, you heard that right. Plus, the 6 shooters from the Gunslingers are going to be hanging out with us, too. This Friday, come get a slice at Round Table Pizza.
It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to 5 Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com.
Tomorrow on R&R in the morning, who's the best team in college football, undefeated or not? There's a couple of contenders. The week starts focusing on New England. We'll talk about it with everybody that matters. Cowboys got to get a win. And it's Wimby Wednesday. Now back to the Blitz. I guess you're going to be out of studio all week long. I left you a little present.
Really?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see a present either.
That's always scary when Rob leaves a present.
Yeah, I have no idea. And he leaves a present. I sit where Rob sits. So if it's that kind of present.
Now, we did get a present today.
We sure did.
We got a nice package in the mail from a listener named Steve Soto, who sent me a koozie with the Cowboy logo and my last name on it, Minix. And on the other side, it's got a spur of Longhorn and the Roadrunner hand sign, which is very cool. I'll use this tonight at the Guns N' Roses concert. And he made Reinagel a Hump Day t-shirt.
Hump Day?
Now, I noticed Steve went 2 humps on his camel. He didn't go 1 hump. He went 2 humps.
I prefer 2 humps. Don't you? We also got a white belt from Steve.
Yeah, there's a white belt on the back of your Cardinal Red t-shirt.
I know what I'll be wearing tomorrow at Texas Cheer Liquor number 9.
Your double hump?
My double hump. My hump, my hump, my hump.
Please don't ever do that again.
Check it out.
No, please don't ever do that again. Thank you, Steve.
Yes,
for
Steve.
The nice
Thank
gift
you very much.
And the letter. And more importantly, thank you for listening.
Yes.
He said that we entertain the hell out of him. He laughs, especially when you do that dumb
Hump Day.
See, you can't even do it on a Tuesday. I don't know what it is. But,
you could do that any day.
No, but you don't sound right on a Tuesday. I mean, on Wednesday, you're like game day ready, unlike the Cowboys were on Sunday.
I'm saving all my energy for tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, you don't realize what Wednesdays mean to me now.
Sounds like somebody put something on a schedule.
Yes. No. I get you there.
2, twice.
No.
The double hump.
No. There's no schedule. I don't think I could live up to a schedule. It's like, wait a minute. Really?
Come on, man.
Can we substitute?
What do you want to delay?
Well, or in advance. I mean, you know.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
So yeah, that's no schedules.
Come on.
It's got to be
a day that ends in Y.
Well, sure, that and
they got nothing else to do. Come on.
And like you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Spontaneous.
Spontaneous scheduling. I imagine last night was good for a lot of our listeners.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Wives, girlfriends, they go off to see Pink for a girls' night out. It's always a good time.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. Yeah. What do you mean by that? You were home alone?
Well, when they get home.
Oh, I was asleep on the couch.
You're pathetic.
Dude.
You didn't wait up?
Well,
you didn't, honestly, it wasn't that late. They got home like at midnight. There were 2 football games, and you start watching the Astros Mariners. Man, Verlander was good last night.
No, I didn't watch that at all. I watched both football games, watched the end of the Cincinnati game
on the couch.
Well, you know, I had a little bottle of wine to help that. So it was great.
So you were home drinking a bottle of wine by yourself.
Yeah. And there's a problem with that?
Not at all. Not at all.
It was delicious, by the way.
Hey, we've got a pair of tickets to go see WWE SmackDown Friday, October 20th at the Frostbank Center.
Wow.
You want to go? Be caller number 9 right now. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 9, you're winning tickets to go to the Frostbank Center on the 20th to see WWE SmackDown. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. I know we're doing calls, but Gary was already on the line, wanted to talk about the Cowboys in Arizona. What's up, Gary? You're on the Blitz.
Well, let me tell you something right now. I'd love to win some WWE.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, Gary. You would have been caller one.
Yeah.
So,
man, that's terrible. But anyway, back to football. It seemed to be. See, I was trying to give you my best Hulk Hogan, but that's
it was nowhere near Ryan Eagles' hump day.
It was average, Gary, but keep working on it.
That was below average, man. Below average.
Okay.
I thought we caught you in a weird moment. Like maybe we need to put you back on hold.
Oh God, don't do me like that. I'm suffering right now. But anyway,
we all are.
That darn game. It seemed like Arizona scouted us, but we said we're gonna just come in there and do what we've been doing this whole year. We just go come in there and run the same offense, same defense, blah blah blah. But Arizona said no, we're not gonna let you do that. They studied and they planned for us, but we came in there trying to do the same old same. However, as we progress, you lose an all-world cornerback. Your whole offensive line is in shambles. Things started changing, and we got in there, and they had a game plan for us. Seemed like they ran the same defense that they've been running against us for the last 3 times we played them, dropping everybody back into deep coverage, trying to force Dak to take nickel and dime to take little bitty short throws and not giving up anything too long. And they had a running quarterback. And our defense, Parsons coming in there at full speed. They were trapping him, taking him, using his momentum against him, taking him right out of the play, and he wasn't adjusting. They made some adjustments at halftime, which changed the dynamics a little bit. And why not run Tyler Lepke on the goal line?
Well, good question. Because his name is Hunter, but I appreciate you using your turn signal while talking on the radio.
Yeah, that was awesome, Gary.
Hunter Lepke probably should be. The Cowboys have to figure out the red zone. They don't have the hammer, if you will, like Zeke. But you know what? Then you've got fullback. You got a fullback. You kept a fullback. Use some of the big tight ends.
Yes.
As lead blockers. I mean, at some point. Now, granted, it's not like they were on the goal line, but until the NFL outlaws the Eagles' push play, why not just put 3 dudes behind Dak and just push him across? I mean, that's guaranteed 3 yards. It's an unstoppable play for the Eagles.
Man, it really is, and it's impressive. And they line up, and everybody obviously knows what they're going to do, but it doesn't matter. You can't stop it. It's fantastic. But I'm even talking about 10-yard line in. Jason, why not run the football? Run it twice. I mean, instead of getting run it twice. Tony Pollard had 122 yards on Sunday. He was running the football well. Trust him in the red zone.
They ran it some, but they also tried to get cute, like with that reverse play to CeeDee Lamb, which was an idiotic play. Last week against the Jets, they ran a sweep with a tight end.
Yeah.
Quit trying to get cute. But one of the things that they do lack, and Michael Gallup came off the milk carton. Michael Gallup is a solid red zone target because he can go high point a ball. But none of the tight ends, none of the 3, or any of the wide receivers, as the field gets shortened, none of them were able to get separation. Hell, they weren't getting separation in the middle of the field, but as you get into the red zone, there was nobody that was getting open. So either you got to create some sort of rub route, you've got to create something to get some separation, but they don't have, like a Dalton Schultz was really good about getting open and creating space between him and a linebacker with a mismatch. That is something that Ferguson has not yet developed into his arsenal. We haven't seen it from Luke whatever, and Hendershot's not that guy yet. So they are missing that from the tight end room. That not saying Ferguson won't get there, but he's not there yet. Or hell, run some screen passes. Run a naked boot for Dak Prescott and let him use his legs. He can run.
Well, run pass option. I mean, that's a good way to get guys open. just like that. And the screen pass they did run to Rico Dowdle ended up in a touchdown.
Yeah.
And why? Because Rico Dowdle ran hard and physical. You've got those running backs. Don't be afraid to use them. And that's what's frustrating.
Now, the Cowboys mentally certainly didn't seem like they were ready to go. Was it a hangover effect of losing Trayvon Diggs during the week, out for the season with that torn ACL? Let's talk about it. In our injury update, powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, Dr. Brad Tolan joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And Doc, a torn ACL, we know it's going to be a year for Trayvon Diggs. What surprises me about the injury on grass is Stephen Jones told us here on the Blitz, it was just one of those normal-looking plays. He went up and he came down and essentially blew a tire. What is it about those tendons that make them so fragile in what seemingly are nothing kind of plays?
You know, we always think that to tear up your knee or to tear an ACL, it has to be traumatic. You have to be hit, something along those lines. But most, or believe it or not, are atraumatic. It's either getting your foot in a different position, your body in a position while your foot's planted, or your knee hyperextending. It's what does it. Sometimes it's just a freak injury that tears, and it's just too common of an injury that really, used to be, 20, 30 years ago, incredibly debilitating and potentially career-ending. And now, obviously, with a lot of the techniques that we use to reconstruct an ACL, athletes are able to get back within a year and nearly to the same level of activity.
So Doc, you say within a year, like in Trayvon Diggs' situation. I mean, obviously it's early or mid-September. Realistically, kind of what is his plan? I mean, when can he start putting some weight on that thing and running and moving it around?
Usually, after reconstruction, we let you weight bear right away. So it's not, back in the old days, they used to put people on a cast. I mean, I had older partners that have since retired that used to try to fix them rather than reconstruct it. And when we talk about the difference between fixing and you're actually taking the tissue and trying to sew it back, which we know has a significantly high failure rate. So we reconstruct it. We use actually a tendon or tissue from around your knee to reconstruct the ACL. So we don't put you in a cast. We put you in a brace. We let you start walking on it right away, usually initially with crutches until you get some control of your leg, being able to lift your leg and control it. And then really nothing after that. And then we really start working on therapy, and we gauge it based on your progress, initially working on getting your mobility back, and then working on strength to a point, and then gradually getting back to some sports-specific activities. So usually, we start let you jogging sometimes 2 to 3 months, start let you do some side-to-side motions, in that 3-4 month range, getting back to sports-specific training in that 6-month range, and then usually in that 9 to 12 month range, depending on how somebody's responded. And also, it also depends on what other trauma or injuries there were associated with the knee, because about 60+% of the time, you're going to have a torn meniscus with it. And a lot of times you'll have cartilage damage as well in the knee. So those can affect people's recovery afterwards, and can also affect how fast you're going to rehab somebody.
Dr. Brad Tolan joining us here on the Blitz for our injury update. As you know, the Cowboys without 3 offensive linemen starters. The center, Tyler Biotish, out with a hamstring. Zach Martin missed because of an ankle. Tyron Smith was just old and unable to go. I probably hurt himself getting out of bed. But when you get a player like Biotish, hamstring injury, apparently whatever happened during the week in practice. They haven't released results of an MRI, but they thought he could go, or he tried to give it a go, and then they said, no, we're not going to play you today. So obviously it's not severe because they tested him on Sunday before the game. So what are they looking at with this hamstring? Or was that, you know what, you probably could play, but you're at risk of further damage, so give it a week and you'll be fine?
Well, when you think about a hamstring, it's basically a muscle that goes from your knee all the way up to your pelvis, like where you sit. They're called your ischial tuberosity, that bone. That's where the hamstring attaches. Usually the tears are where the tendon meets the muscle. And so usually it's part of the muscle that tears. So anytime you hear about a hamstring pull or a strain, it's a degree of a muscle tear. And obviously the more significant tears, where you're tearing more tissue, the potential longer recovery and healing time. So most, fortunately, are mild. Most respond easily to stretching, anti-inflammatories, icing regimen. And then it's just a matter of your physical ability to do things on the field and in practice. Are you able to run? You need the hamstring to really be able to push off and sort of sprint. And that's where a lot of these injuries occur. You see them less likely in linemen than you see them frequently in wide receivers. So anybody that requires a skill position that requires a lot of speed and explosive type of speed, you see many more hamstring injuries in that position group than others. So it's really clinically how he's able to feel pushing off and how effective he's going to be is what limits it.
Dr. Tolan, I want to ask you this. Joe Burrow last night, he's been suffering with a calf injury, and I'm not sure exactly what the injury is, but he decided to play and told the media afterwards that, well, they were 0-2 and the risk of going 0-3, he thought he'd risk the injury. And apparently he came out of it okay. Is a calf injury, does it take a while to heal that thing?
Similar to a hamstring, it depends on the degree. And again, think of it, they called it a calf strain. And so think of it as a tear of a muscle. So you can have a very mild strain, and you see people all the time. There's something called tennis leg. It's very common in tennis players that we see. But what it actually is, it's usually a tear of the muscle, sometimes near the attachment behind the knee. And those fibers, sometimes if it's a significant injury, which in his occurred right after the start of training camp, the end of July. So it's been a solid 6 weeks, although he's played now 3 games. So it's not unusual sometimes in these more severe injuries, sometimes even to take 3 months. And that's rest, therapy, not getting on a football field and playing, although he's trying to play through it. So you notice he's just not near as mobile as he normally was. So, and that's the downside. And the other downside is, of course, keeping it aggravated, keeping it re-injured to the point where it's never going to completely heal until after the season. So it's a sort of a work in progress with him. But it can be a difficult injury that in terms of impairing your mobility.
Dr. Brad Tolan, always appreciate the insight and information. Our injury update powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, online at tsaog.com. Dr. Tolan joining us on the Buyers Barricades guest line. They provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com.
Good stuff.
A little worried about that hamstring for Tyler.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we'll get more information from Stephen Jones on Thursday.
We're just going to have to call Stephen Doctor. The last couple of weeks, it's all injury updates.
Yeah, no
from
kidding,
him.
right?
Exactly.
That's not good.
Exactly. Tomorrow, the Blitz is live out at Texas Cheer Liquor number 9 on Culebra Commons. Extra innings with James Pledger coming up next. It's Guns N' Roses time. If you're at the Dome, man, I'll see you down there.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Follow Jason at Jason Minix and Joe Reinagel at Joe